minutes. We are going to get started here.
In reference to the court updates, we have it.
This song is glorious. Here, we're gonna play it 1 second. Acceptable cookies, good.
Bitch, ça fait très longtemps que j'y pense à comment se mettre bien. Moi j'ai pas ton élan. N'écoute jamais les on-dit. Ceux qui jactent n'ont pas vu la vie au travers de ton monde. J'ai beau parler dans leur langue, mais faut croire qu'ils n'entendent que le langage de la violence. Je me faufile en balle sans les mains. Tu m'as pas vu bégayer quand fallait passer le lent. Sans qu'arracher quand un négro, j'ai choisi mes modèles. C'est fiable comme un...
Oh, what? Come on, no.
un moteur à...
Oh, the encoder's whacking out. We'll bring it down.
Allemand, n'indécent cara sans chicot. Et je fais qu'est gros bien plus que les grands de tes grands. J'étais ma paille, ils sont pas concentrés. J'attends pas la passe, ils peuvent pas s'entrer. Je bon, tout me parle pas de pas années. On n'est pas venu ici pour se pavaner. Remballe ta CG, mais cessé. Je tourne la poignée, je froisse le temps. Je roule comme si quelqu'un m'attend. Je tourne la poignée, je cale le pétard entre mes dents. J'sors la bécane, j'fume la peur. J'm'en bats les couilles, c'est dangereux sa mère. J'vois que des barreaux en enfer. La bécane crie et chante de l'enfer. Sur un gros fer, bah ouais. J'sors la bécane, j'fume la peur. J'm'en bats les couilles, c'est dangereux sa mère. J'vois que des barreaux en enfer. La bécane crie et chante de l'enfer. Sur un gros fer, bah ouais. La craie aide à focaliser la haine que je ressens dans mes pensées. Dans ce business balisé. Ouais. J'sens la bécanie, cani. Et j'sens la bécanie,
Banger of a song.
J'fume la beuh. J'en avais
A 4, 3, 2.
J'en avais j'fume la beuh. J'm'en bats les couilles, c'est dans de sa mère. J'vois que des pas.
Ladies and gentlemen.
La bécane crie et sort de l'enfer. Sur un gros fer, bah ouais. J'en la bécane.
Good morning.
J'm'en bats les couilles, c'est dans de sa mère. J'vois que des pas en fer. La bécane crie et sort de l'enfer. Sur un gros fer, bah ouais.
We are live on most channels, it looks like. This whole account is bangers.
I'm not going home. Tell my mama don't wait up for me.
All right, let's throw some. Nope, that's way too long. Let's not listen to 2-hour songs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are. Welcome in, everybody. For some reason, when I selected the camera, it zoomed in. Oh, is there a way to zoom? There's no way to zoom it back out to that. It is what it is. We're going with it. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We have another day on the net. Okay. Oh, wait. What is that article? We see it down below. Sam Altman may have found a loophole to cash in OpenAI. Sam Altman loophole cache AI. We're going to take a quick peek at that. Sam Altman may have found a loophole to cache in OpenAI. There we go. Okay. Let me just take a peek at this. All right. Looks like we got some incredibly interesting news at the moment. I've had a suspicion, like this article, I think, like just the headline itself speaks to me. So I'm a little worried because it speaks to me so much, because I've had a hunch, but I don't know what this article means. So there's a lot of assumptions in this. Sam Altman may have found a loophole to cache at OpenAI. I gotta turn this volume down just a little bit. So there we go. Sam Altman reportedly has no equity in OpenAI, a strange move for a tech founder. But reporting from Wired this weekend shows the CEO would profit from an OpenAI deal to buy AI chips. OpenAI signed a previously unknown deal back in 2019 to spend $51 million on advanced chips from a startup Sam Altman is reportedly personally invested in. Altman's web of private business interests seem to have played some role in his recent firing, according to the report. OpenAI's board fired Sam Altman last month, calling him inconsistently candid and hindering its ability to safely develop artificial general intelligence, but not providing a reason. Everyone's looking for the smoking gun, and Altman's business dealings affecting his responsibilities as OpenAI's CEO could be what's behind the board's decision. However, it's unclear, and Altman is back at the helm, while the board that fired him is gone. Oh, wow, so the board that fired Altman originally is actually gone. The startup Rain AI is building computer chips that replace the human brain, which promise to be the next phase for AI, or for building AI. Neuromorphic processing units, or NPUs, claim to be 100 times more powerful than NVIDIA's GPUs, which OpenAI and Microsoft are currently beholden to. While NPUs are not on the market yet, OpenAI has a deal to get first dibs. Altman personally invested more than $1 million in Rain in 2018, according to the information. This article or a publication, and he's listed on Rain's website as a backer. OpenAI's CEO is invested in dozens of startups. However, he previously led the startup incubator Y Combinator and became one of the most predominant deal makers in Silicon Valley. The AI chip company Rain has no shortage of drama in the last week. The Biden administration forced Saudi venture capital firm to sell its $25 million stake in Rain AI just last week. Gordon Wilson, the founder and CEO of Rain, stepped down last week as well, without providing a reason. Wilson posted his resignation on LinkedIn about the same time Sam Altman was reinstated at OpenAI. The blurry lines between Sam Altman's private investments and OpenAI's business could have been a key reason for his firing, but we still don't have a clear explanation from the board. A former member who fired Sam Altman, Helen Toner, gave us her best hint yet. As she stepped down last week, Toner said the firing was not about slowing down OpenAI's progress towards AGI. In a November 29th tweet, Toner said the firing was about the board's ability to effectively supervise the company, which sounds like it has more to do with business disclosures than breakthroughs around AGI. Okay, I made a big assumption. This is a shitty, yeah. Well, we know this. We've known this for a long time. that a lot of investors, a lot of CEOs and companies will have investments in other companies and make money that way. But I don't know if that's a loophole. Okay, I was thinking that potentially that they had found some system inside. Well, if they've looked the ChatGPT system. The way this is titled is that the ChatGPT system found some way to literally loophole making money, but this isn't really loophole making money as much as it is. I think it's a pretty common thing in business. I don't like business partners and relationships aren't always the clearest thing, and I don't really see any difference in this from like a construction company and the owner of the construction company having investments, or the CEO of the construction company even too, or like any worker in the construction company having investments and wanting to work with the companies that they've invested in. Like it's some could say it's a conflict of interest, but really, is it a conflict of interest to put your money into quality services and then want to use those quality services as a company? I don't know. I don't know the ethics behind that. I'm like, that's just the question behind it, as much as like the solution to the question itself is not something that I am totally familiar with. Huh, okay. Let's go take a look at ChatGPT and see what news. We'll do tech news. This is the thing, we're going with tech news for the most part. Please go online and find the news from the past 4 days. Tech news. Searching tech news. Twitter. What do we got on Twitter today? Grisher. This is way over 1,000 movies on disc and over 100 physical video games. Sony is deleting a ton of TV shows from the PlayStation Store at the end of the year. If you purchase this content, you'll no longer be able to use it. Let's take a look. As of December 31st, 2023, due to our content licensing agreements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library. We sincerely thank you for your continued support, PlayStation Store. Ooh, this looks pretty bad. I don't know how I feel. Like, this has been coming for a long time. We've actually seen this with a lot of other online services. I think the vast majority of internet users have had an experience where they pay for a service, or they pay for, well, not a service, they pay for like bits, like just data online, and then later on they go to get it and it's gone. We see this, like, even you can just consider something like Netflix. You're paying for access, you're paying for a license, and that's the world that we went with. That's the world that we've been kind of working towards. And I am like, in the internet age, I do think licenses are a good thing. Especially too with products that are entertainment based and they're simply like killing time. I don't think licenses are terrible, but it depends on how the license is laid out, because permanent licenses, like, you could imagine there would be a lot of savings if you would pay $1 for a movie instead of paying 20, 30, 40, 50 for like a physical disc. And that dollar is for like a 3-4 year license, right? Like, that way more people would pay less money, but it would be accepted that the license is for a very select period of time. It wouldn't feel good. And of course, you could have two mediums, right? You could have the physical license, and you would imagine you'd pay $60 for the lifetime license and $1 for a year license. I think that would be reasonable, but I don't know if that's the world we're living in and the world we're going to go towards. So, ChatGPT, come on, give me something. Do 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 do. Come on, load for me. What's going on here? There was an error. Let's regenerate the response. Okay. White man has been here. How can you tell? Troll's remorse. All right. I guess these guys were other set. I don't know what the meme is there. It's scary being a woman in men-dominated gaming spaces. Overwatch know what they're doing with Kiriko Lamau. I think Overwatch know what they're doing with Mercy. What is this tweet from Stylosa? Why don't we just retweet? Why do we screenshot tweets? I hate this. I hate this. Now I gotta go look this up. Now we gotta go Stylosa. Is he just... I think Overwatch know what they're doing with Mercy. Yeah, they're like trap baiting, or they're like trap baiting. What am I saying? What's the phrase for it? I don't know the phrase. I'm stupid. They're thirst baiting. That's it. But it's the way that they're gonna go. Like, where did he ever tweet that again? No. The new Overwatch weapon skins, latest, or Stylosa could just be farming interactions. I've known Stylos as a shit content creator for over a year now, and seeing him post garbage just so he can... Yeah, he's interaction baiting. Washed up business model goon. Yeah, he's successful. Get over it. It's not supposed to be deep content. If you want deep content, come to my channel. No, like, there's lots of other content creators out there. But I don't see that other tweet from Stylosa. I totally could be wrong. Asmund said the other day, it's set a reality for guys who are unaware. Being a woman is like being on a PvP server. You're always going to go back. You're always going to be hunted and always going to be contested. You're always in a contested area, always looking behind your back to make sure you're not attacked. Man vs. wild, man vs. man. The story is old as time. When wild is no longer a threat, man becomes more of a threat than wild. I guess. Okay, GPT. What do we got? Alright, GPT's news from today. We'll go into the individual articles and we'll take a look and see what they have. Starting off, it says number one, Spotify layoff. Spotify announced it will lay off 1,500 employees, or 17% of its workforce, in an effort to reduce costs. This follows two previous layoff rounds of layoffs this year, with 600 staff let go in January, an additional 200 in June. I don't believe these tech companies need this many people to run. Seriously, maybe a few hundred people at max for most of the services. And I know a lot of developers will be like, well, you don't work in this freaking thing. You're like, I've seen time and time again, the vast majority of tech companies, and as somebody who has built and put together a lot of services myself, you don't need that many people to run certain thing. You need a few experts, a few people who you pay a buttload of money. You take 100 people, you squish it down to 10 people, you pay all the 10 people the funds, well, not all the funds that you would 100 people, but a percentage of it, a good percentage of it, and they'll run the entire company. Large tech companies that simply run a website and then want to like branch out into other fields aren't really that successful. Well, they're extremely successful, I say, in terms of money, but I think in the long run they're just running off of like the venture capital money from the early 2000s. There's a reason why a lot of companies are not profitable, and they're slowly becoming profitable, which I'm somewhat of a fan of. How like like Spotify is good to have a subscription service, but like the subscription service only matters if you get more subscribers than you have people to pay. And eventually a company kind of gets too heavy, too front heavy, I guess, or I guess back heavy would be the term. They're back heavy with employees, and like really they're a music service. They have to have an engineer to go, a few engineers to go over how they distribute music. They sort them in the right files and folders, and then they stick them up on the website. Not overly that difficult. We can see how Twitter's been run, and Twitter's working quite well. So we'll look at this. Look at the article in a second here. Legal challenges and collaborations. Meta's legal woes. A Facebook owner, Meta, faces $600 million lawsuit from Spanish media, and a separate $600 million competition damage claim in Spain as media owners pursue privacy breach lawsuit. I'll take a peek at that. Intel's legal victory. Intel won a U.S. appeal to overturn $2.18 billion VLSI patent verdict. Collaboration. Intel and Siemens are collaborating to improve manufacturing and energy efficiency. Automotive and AI developments. GM Cruise may face fines for allegedly misleading regulators over an accident. Tesla's tax credit. Tesla's cheapest vehicle, the Model 3, is set to lose half of its federal tax credit next year. AI's influence. Artificial intelligence has been a dominant theme in 2023, significantly influencing technology and even making it to the Word of the Year lists at Oxford, Cambridge, and Merriam-Webster dictionaries. AI investments. Assembly AI raised $50 million to build and serve AI speech models, highlighting the growth and interest in generative AI technologies. Cybersecurity and data breaches. 23andMe data breach. Hackers stole ancestry data on 6.9 million users from 23andMe, affecting about 1,400 individuals. Armor Code's funding. Armor Code, a cybersecurity platform, raised $40 million to consolidate security data in one place. Other notable developments. Tech industry layoffs. The tech industry continues to face a wave of layoffs, with more than 240,000 jobs lost in 2023. This includes Twilio cutting about 5% of its total workforce. Strava's in-app messaging. Strava introduced in-app messaging, stepping closer to become a fully fledged social network. TikTok's Ticketmaster feature. TikTok expanded TikTok expanded its in-app Ticketmaster ticketing feature to users in 20 countries. EdTech acquisition. Doubtnut, once offered $150 million by Bayous, was sold for $10 million to Allen Career Institute. Bending Spoons layoff. Milan-based app studio Bending Spoons laid off the entire staff of Filmic, a creator of video and photo editing apps. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Spotify's layoffs. Is that the article? Ah, this is the article. All right. Spotify to cut 1,500 jobs in third layoff round this year. Shares jump. It laid off 600 employees. So this is the summary. CEO says debated making smaller reductions. Employees to get 5 months severance payment. Stockholm, December 4th, Reuters. Music streaming giant Spotify, Spot.N, said on Monday that it will lay off around 1,500 employees, or 17% of its workforce, to bring down costs, after letting 600 of its staff go in January and 200 more in June. Its U.S. listed shares soared about 11% to trade near their two-year highs of $200.46 in early trading. After a round of job cuts at the start of the year by tech companies, some have begun reducing their workforce again, with announcements coming from Amazon to Microsoft-owned LinkedIn. In a letter to employees, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek said the company hired more in 2020 and 2021 due to the lower cost of capital, and while working its And while its working output has increased, much of it was linked to having more resources. Spotify will incur about 130 million euros to 145 million euros in charges in its fourth quarter due to the layoffs, the company said, adding the majority of the cash components of these charges will be recorded in the first and second fiscal quarters of 2024. The firm said it now expects a fourth quarter operating loss between 93 million euros and 108 million euros, compared with the prior forecast of an operating profit of 37 million euros. Spotify invested more than $1 billion to build up its podcast business, signed up celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle, and expanded its market presence in more countries in the world in its quest to reach a billion users by 2030. In the third quarter, the company swung to a profit aided by price hikes in its streaming services and growth in subscribers in all regions. And the company forecast that its number of monthly listeners would reach 601 million in the holiday quarter. Eck told Reuters at the time the company was still focusing on efficiencies to get more out of each dollar. On Monday, he said reduction of this size will feel large given the recent positive earning report and its performance. By most metrics, we will be more productive but less efficient. We need to be both, X said. Oh, okay, so he's basically saying they were doing a lot more, but they were getting less return per dollar. The company will start informing affected employees on Monday. Employees will get about 5 months of severance pay, vacation pay, and healthcare coverage for the severance period. We debated making smaller reductions through 2024 and 2025, X said. Yet considering the gap between our financial goal state and our current operational costs, I decided that a substantial action to right-size our costs was the best option to accomplish our objectives. Makes sense to me. Like I say, a lot of these tech companies, they are very, very top heavy, and there's, well, top heavy, back end heavy, which tends to drag the entire company behind, because there's a lot of people that, while they do, of course, they are hardworking, the I guess incentives to be efficient are not there. So you come in, you do your base level of job, you don't question or change things or make them more efficient, and you leave. So what happens is you have a whole bunch of people that get piled on a single task, and every single person is doing just parts of that task, but nobody is thinking about the entire task, and so nothing gets more and more efficient. I've been on jobs like this before, where every single part, yes, everybody's doing an excellent job, but nobody is reviewing the entire project to figure out whether what the entire project is doing is efficient per dollar, is efficient per hour even. Oh, do we have, there we go. Legal challenges. We want to take a look at Meta. Nobody cares about Spain. Sorry, Spain. Intel's legal victory. Intel won a U.S. appeal to overturn $2.18 billion. Let's, Ooh. Oh, it's going to be in here somewhere. Intel and Siemens to collaborate on improving manufacturing efficiency. This is really important too, because Siemens is one of the big industrial, I guess, what's the word for it? Producers. They do a lot of electrical equipment. Siemens is huge, especially for the breakers. That's one of the most common things I've known them for. But Siemens across the board works with a lot of different electrical equipment. Okay. Intel Siemens to collaborate on improving manufacturing energy efficiency. December 4th, Reuters. Intel INTC.O and Siemens SIEGN.DE on Monday announced a 3-year deal to collaborate on improving factory efficiency and automation with a special focus on improving energy efficiency and sustainability. Intel has big plans with our expansions, but we want to make sure that we do that with the utmost focus on efficiencies of natural resources and our commitments to the net zero. Intel's global operations chief, is that Kevin? Kevan Esfarjani said in an interview with Reuters, seeking to better compete with industry leaders, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, TSMC, 2330.tw, Intel is undergoing a multi-billion-dollar shift in its manufacturing operations that includes a transition to cutting-edge chip tech known as extreme ultraviolet lithography. The partners with Siemens will help Intel operate a factory more efficiently, as Safarjani said. Safarjani. No. EUV and energy-hungry technology is so central to the advanced chip making that significant parts of the manufacturing process revolve around it. The partnership with Intel will help Siemens deepen its understandings of this type of manufacturing where one technology is so core to the process and help it transfer that know-how to other industries. Other industries are going in this direction. Siemens digital industries chef Cedric Naik said that semiconductors are the first ones to actually look at it. Siemens has forged a similar partnership with other large manufacturers, such as Mercedes-Benz, MBGN.de. In that case, Siemens assisted its transition to manufacturing electric vehicles from combustion engines. I don't really have anything to add to that. Interesting. Just more efficient products. I think it's better for everybody. Singapore to triple AI talent to 1,500 experts. What do we got? Caterpillar invests in tech startup. U.S. officials visit Taiwan. NVIDIA CEO says he will try to prioritize. Okay, we'll take a peek at this one. Where is my private window? Maybe we just gotta open up a new one. New private window. NVIDIA CEO says he will try to prioritize Japan for AI processors. Tokyo, December 4th. NVIDIA NVDA.O CEO Jensen Huang said on Monday that his company would do its best to supply artificial intelligence processors to Japan amid the extremely high market demand. Japan is rushing to build its once leading semiconductor infrastructure and catch up on the developing AI technology. The graphics processing units, GPUs, made by US-based NVIDIA dominate the market for AI. Demand is very high, but I promise the Prime Minister we will do our very best to prioritize Japan's requirement for GPUs. Hong told the reporters at Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's official residence in Tokyo. Hong visited less than 2 weeks after Japan passed an extra budget that included about 2 trillion yen, 13.6 billion, air-marketed for chip investment. Some of the funds are expected to be used to support Taiwanese chip maker TSMC and chip foundry venture Rapidus, which aims to manufacture cutting-edge chips in Japan's northern island of Hokkaido? The semiconductor industry that Japan is now starting to grow and foster will be able to produce GPUs, Hong said. Countries like Japan are realizing you need your own data, build your own AI factories, and produce your own artificial intelligence, he said. It looks like a lot of countries are starting to realize this. They need to develop their own AI technologies. It really is like working on a child or investing in your kids. AI in the future, of course, will be the thing that pushes the industry or pushes most industries, because the access or the ability to access information is much better for your country than just working really hard on the same production line over and over again. Small little pieces of efficiency improvements over time can create drastically different outcomes in the end, and that is where most AI technology will sit. any group of people that has access to them will have an advantage over any other group of people that doesn't. Simple as that. Let's go take a look at Google News. And you know what we're going to do? We have... This is wonderful. We have CyberGhost. Oh. Do I have the plugin here? Turn this puppy on. No? Okay. Maybe we'll do it here. Connect page.error. Oh no. Why? Can I... I should be logged in already. Is there manage extension? Free VPN proxy default. That should. PowerPoint news. Yeah, why is it not working? Connect page.error. Frustrating. Okay, well, we'll just go look at the Canadian Google News, I guess. Indonesia volcano eruption leaves 11 confirmed dead, several suffering burns. Israel orders evacuations. Grand Theft Auto Trailer 1 countdown timers live on YouTube. Elon Musk. What is Elon Musk? All right. Very sensational title, but yeah. Very sensational title, but Elon Musk was reportedly speechless when someone pointed out a basic flaw in his Mars plan. How often has this happened? A new deep dive into the history of OpenAI includes some surprising details about one of the firm's Esterwell co-founders, Elon Musk, including that he was apparently dumbfounded when another would-be artificial intelligence guru pointed out the basic flaw of his much hyped plan to colonize Mars. As the New York Times reports, based on dozens of insider interviews, Google DeepMind co-founder Demis Hassabis and Musk began talking about the Red Planet soon after they met in 2012 at a conference that their shared investor had organized, PayPal's infamous co-founder Peter Thiel. Hassabis, per NYT's retelling, very skilled at convincing rich men to fund his dream of creating artificial intelligence, AGI, and his interaction with Musk was no different. During a tour of SpaceX headquarters, the South African-born billionaire began bragging about his plans to take humanity to Mars to escape global overpopulation and the other issues facing our planet. And Hassabis agreed. With one caveat: if AI surpassed human intelligence, it could easily follow us off the planet and kill us there too. Is that speechless? What do you mean? I don't think Elon Musk was speechless. I think he's probably got nothing to say with that. He's like, oh, Yeah, I guess so, because there are millions of things that we haven't, like, you don't directly consider, but you do consider when you're building stuff like this. Musk easily has easily considered the fact that AI will be on other planets, potentially to even that the AI will be on the planet before we even get there. I'm sure he knows that, but the answer to this, like, let's see what speechless means. Musk, per the NYT's reporting, speechless, apparently not having considered that Earthbound problems could simply follow humans to Mars. Soon after he invested in DeepMind, though years later he ended up trashing the firm in the same newspaper, calling it his top concern when it came to AI. Just the nature of AI, just the nature of the AI that they're building is one that crushes all human games, Musk told the Times. Maureen Dowd back in 2020, referencing the firm's early innovation in AI that can outplay humans at old school video games. I mean, it's basically the plot line in war games. The exchange, which Hassanabis also recounted to Musk's biographer Walter Isaacson, is surprising, not only because it's hilarious to imagine the notorious tycoon at a loss for words, but also because it shows yet another hole in his long-stand pipe dream to colonize Mars. This is a journalist trying to inject their own opinion into this statement. Of course, you can laugh about it, and we are reading it, so they well, they don't get our ad money because ad block, but just because somebody doesn't have like the elevator pitch response to something cheeky doesn't mean they are not considering it. And also too, Musk has never claimed to know absolutely everything. As much as he wants just to be the person that spearheads it, that pilots it. And that's what he's doing, is he's going around and piloting a lot of projects. Now, these projects aren't all, again, like, sometimes, obviously, it does come off as somebody who has quite a bit of ego. But really, there's nobody else in the world that's even trying it. Well, there are people that are trying these things, but nobody that is seemingly successful. We haven't seen any successful, like, vehicles, and we haven't even seen that many, haven't even really seen successful rocket programs. So, potentially, Musk is really good at getting people together, but also, like, I see where the person is coming from, but this is just a cheesy article. This is a terrible article. 3 out of 10. Would not recommend. Mystery solved and the viral glitch in the Matrix iPhone wedding photo explained. Oh, 1 second here, guys. All right. I had a I have the so I have a technician coming in to take a look at my internet. It seems like at the end of the day, upload goes to 0 just quickly, like intermittently, which is really, really irritating, especially when I'm streaming because everything gets really choppy. Like, I don't know if you guys have been in on the stream before, and taking a look, like it cuts in and out. If you're on the YouTube channel, it's not going to matter at all because you're watching, you know, the VOD of it, and I record the VOD, and we don't have to worry about that chopping in and out. But the upload issues are like driving me nuts. They came in a while ago. They fixed a little bit of it, which was great. It was awesome that it fixed 99% of the problems, but still every once in a while at night when we're setting stuff up, when we're gaming, when we're doing whatever, the worst part is I can see everything move correctly because my download is working. It is working no problem. So say I'm playing Overwatch, what'll happen is I'll be walking in a direction and my upload goes to 0, but the engine, Overwatch's engine, just like keeps you moving in that direction. So I'll keep walking straight into the enemy team and I'll watch everybody around me look at me, like stare. Normally when you're lagging, everything lags, right? But no, everybody else is lagging, and I'm stuck there like, sorry guys, sorry, I can't do anything. It's killing me. I'm gonna die. So yeah, it's brutal. All right. Hopefully, I want to pull up the YouTube stream and let's see the quality on this. Like, what I've done, we'll go back to articles in just a second here, guys. But we should be able to check my channel out, and this should look really nice because this should be 1440. If I max that out. Can we bring the settings up? Oh, is my encoder? I don't know if my encoder. Oh, it's not gonna let me. It's being choppy. We gotta go 1080. That should look quite nice. Which it does. I'm very happy. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. That looks very beautiful. What is... Oh. Mystery viral glitch Matrix iPhone wedding photo explained. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I can see this. You see her hands? That's what they're talking about right now. And what's really cool, so when you take a photo with your phone, let me explain this. Like, this is super easy to understand. It's super cool. Let's use, oh no, I should be using Paint 3D. I always forget. Part of my segments now, guys, are going to include me popping over to Paint 3D. Because I always actually open up Paint. Okay, so whenever you go to take a photo, your phone actually stores information in rows. Okay, it's going to go down the row like this. And render out the picture or capture the picture. And let's say 1 down to 10. So this, the further down you go, the later it of an image that it takes, basically, or color that it pulls, because you're actually, we'll explain it this way too, just to add a bit more information in, because your phone is actually like a grid of pixels. This is the grid of pixels. Okay. So as it takes the photo, if you take my little screen right here, it's rendering from the top corner all the way across, all the way across, all the way across, all the way across, all the way across. It's what's called the rolling shutter effect, because what it does is like a shutter closing all the time, always changing every single frame, 30, sometimes 60, even higher a second. What happens in moments like this is because the camera is sideways, the image itself is being captured from right to left or left to right. It could be her going like this, but I imagine it's super easy for her to open her hands really quickly. And we would see something like this on the top side. So if you turn your head, you consider the camera has been turned sideways. It's now scanning that way, she has her hands like this, she releases them, you can actually have two different things happening on different sides of the photo. Now, there are tools inside cameras. We're going to read this in a second because I'm telling you exactly. I'm going to bypass a lot of this. So if you're here in the video just to learn quickly, that's the answer. There you go. There are a lot of tools inside cameras too that change this around and will fix these type of mistakes. A lot of the times your photo isn't like a direct one-to-one of what it sees because it's doing rolling shutter effect, because it's doing other color changes, because it's doing some lighting checks. Your photo is actually it's like digitally manipulated. Ooh. So hopefully this makes sense, guys. I'm kind of blubbering my way through it. And that's what they're going to be talking about too. They're going to, like, sometimes when you take photos in mirrors, it'll fix everything for you. Sometimes cameras will take 3 or 4 photos and it'll stitch all those photos together. And the last image that you get is actually a combination of all of those different images. So, yeah. Ever since The Dress broke the internet and our brains in 2015 by appearing white and gold to some viewers and black and blue to others, similar optical illusions have followed in its viral wake. The latest glitch in the Matrix wedding dress iPhone photo below, which has baffled Instagram, stirred up debate on computational photography recently. In the iPhone 12 photo, Tessa Kotis, who shared a snap on Instagram, is shown standing in front of 2 mirrors wearing a wedding dress. It looks perfectly normal on the first glance until you look at the mirrors, which show the subject standing in 2 completely different poses. Not completely different poses, not even close. She's like, it's not that far apart to the actual person wearing the dress. So what's going on here? Tessa Kotis says in the description that it's a real photo, not a photoshopped one, not a pano, not a live photo. This led many to speculate the photo shows one of the reality twisting weak spots in iPhone's computational memory or photography processing, including that it doesn't recognize mirrors. The lack of mirror detection, so the speculation claimed, meant the iPhone's multi-frame processing, a technique used by every modern smartphone, saw 3 separate subjects in the scene rather than 1, so combined 3 different frames with different poses in the final shot. But there's a flaw in this argument. A typical indoor daylight photo taken on an iPhone will have a shutter speed of at least 1/100th of a second, which is the case in this photo. An app's deep fusion processing, which launched on the iPhone 11, will combine 9 images almost instantaneously. So unless the photo subject was Dash from The Incredibles, she wouldn't have had the time to change poses so dramatically during the photo's capture. So what's actually going on in the photo? Despite Tessa Kotis stating that the photo isn't a pano or panorama, this was always the most likely explanation, and some further digging, respected YouTubers iPhono has revealed that is almost certainly the case. As iPhonoto notes in the video above, the photo's metadata shows the resolution. Okay, well, actually, I'm technically somewhat right. So hopefully people at the very start didn't dig out where I gave the answer. Technically, I'm right. Well, if this looks like it's a panoramic photos are the exact same thing, where you have a much slower rolling shutter effect, where you're taking a bunch of photos one at a time and you're stitching them together as you go. One of the things I was going to take a look at too, and we could dig into it more, is actually open up the photo and take a peek at it. But that's what this is. It is a rolling shutter effect. But there's an understandable reason why Apple's own Genius Bar, Tessa Kotis, spoke to for an explanation, didn't conclude the photo as a panorama. It doesn't have a panorama symbol in its info section. The handy lesson from this whole... that doesn't matter at all. The handy lesson from this whole affair is if you don't complete a full sweep across the guidelines that appear when you tap pano on the iPhone, it will still take a smaller pano photo, but it won't be labeled as a panorama. After a few pano tests in landscape and portrait, we can confirm this is the case. Okay. Because panoramic photo stitches several different shots together over a longer period than multi-frame processing, this explains the difference in poses in the wedding dress photo, which was likely taken by someone who accidentally switched their phone into pano mode. That is exactly it. It's the rolling shutter effect across a panorama image. Now, that's where I was thinking that could... Like, I don't know the frame rates and how the pictures are set up. You can move pretty freaking fast. Like you can snap your hands down. I obviously it'd be blurred or something like that, so I wasn't totally right, but I was pretty much right here. There are, I don't know if I can see a better image on this, but there's a very good chance it being on Instagram, the metadata has been stripped. Yeah. Interesting. Either way, it is the rolling shutter effect. Canonical takes chisel to Ubuntu with ultra small container images. What are these? Okay, this is going to be a very technical article, I feel like, but I'm going to do my best to simplify it at the end. So if you're in here from YouTube and this article is a little too technical, jump forward in the read, and I will actually try and simplify everything here, because this headline sucks. Doesn't tell you what's going on. Canonical takes a chisel to Ubuntu with ultra small container images. Canonical has officially released chiseled Ubuntu containers, officially offering production ready, secure, and ultra small container images with a focus on efficiency and security. These container images allow users to build images that only contain their application and its runtime dependencies, excluding unnecessary operating system level packages, utilities, or libraries, and also come with a blank security maintenance and support commitment from Canonical. The chiseled Ubuntu portfolio encompasses images for the popular tool chains such as Java.net and Python. Furthermore, Microsoft has collaborated with Canonical on this initiative, resulting in the general availability of chiseled Ubuntu containers for .NET 6, 7, and 8. Security containers remain a key concern in containerization, as highlighted by GitHub's 2022 Global DevOps Security, which reported that only 64% of security professionals had a security plan for containers. Canonical addressed this issue by providing chiseled Ubuntu containers with trusted provenance and an optimal developer to production experience. The container images use a developer-friendly open source package manager called Chisel, allowing developers to create ultra-small and precise file systems containing only what is needed to run their application. Chiseled Ubuntu containers solve a similar need for cut-down container-based images as Google's distroless and chain guards images, bringing the same benefits such as minimizing dependency challenges, reducing bloat and resource usage, speeding up startup, and enhancing security through reducing the number of unneeded files in the image. Chisel itself uses slice definition files, which are related to the upstream packages in the Ubuntu archives, defining subsets of those package contents needed at runtime. This provides fine-grained dependency management through developer-friendly CLI, enabling more efficient containerization with enhanced security by reducing container image attack surface and entirely eliminating some potential attack vectors. The integration of chiseled Ubuntu with proper tool chains like .NET and Java allows for developers to create and deploy secure, efficient containers and images seamlessly. For example, the chiseled Ubuntu image for the Java runtime engine achieves a 51% reduction in compressed image size compared to Ellipse Temurian and Java 17 runtime image without compromising throughput or startup performance. In addition to the images for Java and Python, chiseled Ubuntu containers for .NET and ASP.NET are available on various platforms, including AMD 64, ARM-based platforms, and S390X. Microsoft and Canonical are collaborating on stable and supported chiseled .NET images for .NET 6, 7, and 8. The release of .NET 8 introduces security hardening options with chiseled Ubuntu image variants, offering users additional control over their container security. Richard Lander, program manager for .NET at Microsoft, expressed enthusiasm for the partnership, highlighting the benefits of smaller, tighter container images, showing full commitment and collaboration from Microsoft to the chiseled Ubuntu container images. Ladner says chiseled Ubuntu images are a recommended base image for developers going forward. However, in a Microsoft dev blog comment highlighted by dev class, Lander points out that these images will only work when all packages have slice information, which remains a work in progress. Chiseled Ubuntu containers align with Ubuntu's long-term support guarantees, receiving a 5-year free bug-fixing security patching for containers built from the main repository. The release cycle and library alignment with Ubuntu LTS further enhance reliability. Canonical's announcement of chiseled Ubuntu containers aims to provide developers with secure, efficient, compatible containerization options. More information is available on Canonical's website. All right, let me open up Paint 3D and just talk a little bit about what this means. There's a few things in there that I don't fully understand, but when you run your operating system on a system, let's say, you guys, everybody knows Windows. Okay, this is going to be Windows right here. There we go. I don't know what Ubuntu is on at the moment, but I'm going to do the old Ubuntu symbol. Okay. That's the old one that I remember in my brain. So Ubuntu is very much like Windows. Okay, it runs at the base level of your computer and has a whole bunch of features. When you install Windows for the first time, you have messaging, you have all a bunch of security features, you have music player, you have web browser, you have blah 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 blah, a bunch of different things on your operating system. Now the back end of all of those features actually has a variety of other, or the back end of those features is run by a variety of systems that can be swapped out for each other. Now what the article here is saying is that the Ubuntu guys, which is this operating system right here, are working with other developers to create shaved down versions of their operating system. Because when, let's say you have a computer is basically a container, and that container can only hold, it's a terrible container. That container, oh my god, why am I doing this backwards? There we go. That container can only hold so much information, so much data. Well, if you shave down the amount of stuff that is on an image, a distro. So when they say image in the article, they're not saying like a picture. What they're saying is everything that is contained on the installation system of the operating system that you're running. Okay, so when they're saying it, you can have a Windows image which contains all of the data that when you turn the computer on, that's what the computer runs. And you can have a Ubuntu or a Linux image. If they can shave this image down to make it a smaller image, and that image can then be put inside smaller packages, then not only is it safer because you don't have to run all of these extra features, all of the extra pieces of software, all of the consumer base, whatever. You can even choose different types of packages for different types of containers, stick it in that Linux image, and then run it on smaller devices, and it's just safer overall because you don't have all the extra features. You can imagine the average computer is listening all the time. It's listening for outside data. That's what it's doing. And there's going to be hundreds of little services. Even if I pull up mine here and I go to details, there's hundreds of little services that are all listening for data on your computer. A shaved down image is this list, but significantly less. And only the exact security measures and the exact functions that the computer needs to be able to achieve whatever task it has been set out to do. Chiseled, shaved, and chiseled. Dragon Age Dreadwolf has entered a new trailer. Oh. A Dragon Age new trailer. Let's take a look at it.
We fight for everyone, and we always will. The crows rule Antiva.
Glory to the risen gods. They've come to deliver this world.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run.
Looks beautiful.
All
anything.
the world will soon share the peace and comfort of my reign.
Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Okay. Here, one sec. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do a quick read through the article. We'll watch that. We'll watch the trailer again to see if there's anything new that we've noticed, and we'll go from there. First, there was. Maybe I should start with the title. Dragon Age Dreadwolf has a new trailer and promises more details in summer 2024. First, there was BioWare's possibly premature reveal, radio silence, and constant reassurances the project is developing smoothly amid the high-profile developer departures. Now, after layoff affecting some of the studio's longest-serving employees, including writers who have been with the company for decades, who are now suing for adequate severance, BioWare is ready to reveal more about Dragon Age Dreadwolf. In celebration of Dragon Age Day, an unofficial/official holiday celebrating all things Dragon Age, BioWare released a short trailer for the next installment. Short teaser, oh my gosh, for the next installment in the series Dragon Age Dreadwolf. At the end of the 50-second trailer was news that a full reveal of the game would be coming at summer 2024, 6 years after teasing it the Game Awards way back in 2018. Though there isn't much visually to the video, this teaser contains more substance than any of the previous teasers combined. The trailer focuses on specific regions in the Dragon Age setting, also known as Thetis, Cheeky Devils, offering first looks at places the previous Dragon Age games have always referenced but never visited. We're treated to glimpse of oh my gosh, I don't know this, guys, so you're absolutely gonna flow with me here. You're gonna have to just go with it. We're treated to glimpses of Antivas, Rivian, and Anderfels, with voiceovers from characters who represent the various factions we're likely to encounter in the game. The final voiceover is a bit strange, though. We already know the game will focus on fighting the titular Dreadwolf, the character also known as Solus from Dragon Age Inquisition. Solus Nifen Harel Diba. The Dreadwolf was formerly an elven god who has awoken from his long slumber to uplift his people by destroying the barrier between the magical and material world, which will wipe out everybody who isn't an elf. However, as the final voice speaks about how all the world will know the peace and comfort of his reign, they don't sound like Solus. Oh, either BioWare got a new voice actor for the Egg, derogatory, or Dragon Age Dreadwolf will feature another villain to contest against, and knowing Dragon Age like I do, it's likely the latter. What full reveal means is anybody's guess. It could be the game's first trailer, a gameplay trailer, or BioWare could pull a Beyonce and drop the whole game then and there. We also don't know what summer 2024 means, which could be anything from late May to late August. Nevertheless, we have a date and the promise of something which is more than what fans have had to go on for the last 6 years. This was a difficult article to read. Some articles, I don't know why, are easier to read than others, and it's not just because the Dragon Age Origin stuff. Origin, I keep saying Origin. That's the game that I played. I originally played Dragon Age Origin. That was the first one, so if I say that a few times in the video, that's literally why. It's what's in my brain.
We fight for everyone, and we always will. The crows rule Antiva.
risen gods. They come.
This has to be an in-game shot. Possibly, like... Wait, let's take a look.
Glory to the risen gods. They
Like-
come to deliver this world.
Definitely in-game.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn.
If we pause it, we can take a look. It looks like there's some kind of... I don't know what that is in the background. It looks alive. Like, it looks like it's living. Or maybe he was living. I don't know the Dragon
Tail runs.
lore that well. And you see it's glowing red. I wonder what that is.
All the world will soon share the peace and comfort of my reign.
Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Full reveal summer 2024. Okay, you get a few like kind of in-game shots, and maybe of course more that Dragon Age fans will end up loving. "10 years ago, an underrated Zelda game paved the way for Tears of Kingdom." It's gonna make me feel old. Jeez. Ocarina. Oh no, Ocarina of Time. It's 25 years. Do we read this article, or is it just a? No, it's just a. I guess what it's called, puff piece. Is that what that is? What is a puff piece? Am I stupid? I can spell piece properly. Puff piece is a journalistic term referred to an article or news story that is essentially promotional in nature and lacks substantial content or investigative depth, and is typically categorized by overly positive tone, lack of critical analysis, promotional intent, shallow content. Almost puff piece. People complaining about Fortnite. A PlayStation Access controller. Oh, this is interesting. Oh. Oh. All right, let's take a peek at this. So if you're a disabled gamer out there, this actually seems really interesting. I've seen a lot of, I guess, a lot of makeshift controllers and maybe third-party, excuse me, third-party controllers for different consoles, but never like an official controller. If you do know of an official controller, just tell me in the comments what, like what type of controller you've ever used or anything, because this is really cool. Just looking at this is really cool. I don't know if there's anything else like this, and we can take a look at some point in time, but we'll just read the article for the moment. Sorry, I'm trying to get my, I'm doing so much reading, my throat is like killing me at the moment. You can hear it's getting a little gristly, but we'll try it out. All right, PlayStation Access Controller is one small step for Sony, one giant leap for players with disabilities. The world of adaptive controllers can often feel expensive and overly complicated for a player with disabilities. Paying $100 plus for a base controller and then an extra $80 plus for extensions that you aren't sure will work for you feels intimidating, and at the end of the day like a significant investment for something that may not provide the ideal experience. However, adaptive ergonomical design and affordable equipment is a hole in this market that Sony is now attempting to fill with the Access controller. After using it for a week in my own setup and with a variety of games, it is a significant first step towards an accessible controller for the PS5 and something the industry can learn from. What sets the Access controller apart is the ability to easily customize it right out of the box. While many other adaptive controllers require you to purchase outside equipment, this one has a base of setup of 8 pillow caps. This one has a base setup of 8 pillow cap plates, a touchpad in the middle, and an adjustable joystick. So it looks like this in the middle here is the touchpad. That's really cool. Huh. And I imagine you can replace... Oh, we'll have to take a look. I don't know what I'm looking at yet. You can change these button plates with a simple press and pull, as each plate is magnetic and snaps on. Ooh, magnetic. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That to me is really interesting. So I have, this is my mouse. That means it works like this, where you can actually pop the thing off. And I love this as a feature. The only issue, there's like weird connectivity issues occasionally when it does that. But the fact that you can do that on something like this is just great. It's awesome. That's all I can say. And snaps on. The kit also comes with 3 joystick caps you can easily change. This allows for independent setup and movement, and the size and shape of the controller. Also save desk space and lessen the cognitive load caused by having buttons and switches spread out on your setup. Still, if you use buttons and switches, there are 4 expansion ports on the controller for them. And if you already have an Xbox adapted kit, your switches will also work with the access controller. This controller is also mountable anywhere, so you don't have to hold it. Oh, cool. So it actually works with... Is there like an Xbox adaptive kit? Let's take a look. Just a quick peek. Images. Oh. So I guess they have these like buttons that come out and you can use. Very interesting. The versatility and ease of use of the Access controller is reflected very well in the PlayStation 5. The tutorial for setup is highly detailed and easy to go through. Up to 30 profiles can be created to store different control schemes. You can position the controller in any way that's comfortable for you and map your buttons, and there are labels included for you to pin on your buttons. Oh, so yeah, I guess there's labels that you can stick on. Is that what that is? Those little markers? I think so. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm like tearing up. This is like beautiful. This is so they've thought so much about it. This is great. Button presses can also be set as toggleable, eliminating the need to hold them down. Wow. I loved using this feature for games like Little Nightmares, where the sprint and the character's ability to hold things isn't ordinarily toggleable and is awkwardly placed in regular control mappings. With one button press, my character sprinted and held things while climbing. I didn't have to hold the button for her to do so. I later ended up using similar setups for games like Elden Ring. The base control scheme for Elden Ring is very spread out and hard for me to play on a DualSense. And the Access controller allows me to remap the buttons in a way that works for me and make sprint buttons toggleable. Oh, this is so cool. This is actually really, really cool. I'm gonna keep stopping it because I'm just like really, this is like everything has been thought of. Possibly not every. I'm not disabled, so I totally don't know. But it seems like I have worked with a little bit of. I have worked in the industry to provide people with disability equipment a little bit, just not that long, but I did it. And I've been around quite a few disabled people, so this is really nice. Where am I? I lost myself. There's also the ability to map 2 button functions to 1 button, which is proved especially useful in games like Street Fighter 6 and Spider-Man 2. I often find combos challenging to do and painful, so to be able to map them to 1 button is a lifesaver. And the profile button on the side of the controller makes switching between control profiles a breeze. The pro gamers are like, what's going on? That's not... But nah, come on, man. Just give it to them. The Access controller is usable by itself or in conjunction with DualSense or another Access controller. I use my DualSense for camera movement or navigating menus, and my Access controller for combat and character movement. The switch between Access controller and DualSense is seamless, so if a loved one needs to help you get out of a tough spot, they can pick up the controller with no problem. Although I'm a massive fan of this controller, there's still room for improvement. While digitally switching between profiles with the profile button is easy, I didn't find myself changing the labels on my buttons because it felt like a chore to do. Each label is rubber and goes into a little hole in the button cap. They chose to go this route presuming to keep costs low, but it would be nice to have a small LCD screen to indicate your mapping changes when you switch profiles. This would be less cognitive and load even further when playing. Yeah, like you could actually have like a higher tier model, which should totally exist. Extra button caps would also been a plus. Outside the 8 pillow button caps, you get 4 flat button caps, 4 curved button caps, 2 overhang button caps, and 1 wide flat button cap covering 2 buttons. I wish I had at least 2 extra of each type for variety. There's also no case to store the buttons or joysticks caps, which would have been nice. I was also disappointed to learn that the Access controller is only partially PC compatible. I hooked it up to Steam to see what it would do. While the buttons work, the joystick does not respond at all to input, and Sony currently has not indicated it has plans to make it fully PC compatible, which is a wasted opportunity, especially as it publishes more of its own games on PC. It would serve their audience well to create software that replicates all of the abilities of the controller on the PS5 for the PC. Accessibility is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. While this controller is great for me and my disability, it may or may not be great for others. I encourage you, if you're able to try it, to see if it works for you. While it may not be perfect, I love the controller. The PlayStation Access is a significant step in Sony's new accessible hardware journey. Continuing, what's that? Accessibility, oh my god, I'm losing myself here. I only hope that in time they will continue to improve with people with disabilities at the table and and this can serve as an example of what happens when they are heard. That's really nice. And the fact that it works with other hardware too is great. Mr. Mant, as we say. How you doing, man? I do an article reads right now. PlayStation sucks, boo you. No, PlayStation is good, man. I grew up with PlayStation hardware. I've got a new format for doing news reads too. So the way, like, this is where I'm learning stuff, right? This show right now, this kind of thing that I'm doing is me learning how to put this together and create it for, especially for YouTube content. The biggest thing that's been holding me off is how hard or how long it takes to go in to recut all the video content and re-render like 8 hours of video content and then upload that. So instead, I'm trying to do quick cuts. I'm actually starting recordings while I'm doing the news reads, which I think is a better way of doing it. PlayStation is mid, Xbox is stupid far ahead. You know, I don't know. I haven't played PlayStation games in years. Back in the PS3 days, that was my time, man. That was my time. That was when I first really got into gaming. I actually didn't have internet till I was 13 years old. Okay, that's how old I was. I was almost a boomer by then, and we got internet. So, Xbox 360 controllers were blocky. Amish Sulack. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. I really, like, you guys have no, it's so funny. I really didn't have any technology in my, like, house. I had, like, a Game Boy Advanced growing up, you know? And I could only use that for, like, an hour a day. And not on weekdays and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like... So when I got my first PlayStation, man, those were good times. Those were real good times. I got a PS2 originally, and then I played, what was it? It was like a Hot Wheels game. PS2. Let's take a look. What was it? Yes.
A dimension you won't see.
Yes.
Until the race.
I think this is it. I'm pretty sure I grew up on this. You're asking, so you're gonna crunk on Lethal Company? So I want to try. I want to have some fun, and we'll do a little content farming, and do the what's it called? I'm brain farting. Jesus Christ. Do the lobby mod. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this. I gotta. So there's a mod. I still have to figure it out and set it up. The Lethal Company lobby mod. Bigger lobby. Up to 40 people in a single game of Lethal Company. I have the internet to do it. I pay for a business internet setup. And my machine is a fucking beast, so I could easily support. Like, how many people could we get in, do you think? I think it'd be a lot of fun. You got one. Wait. What do you mean one right now for 10? Like you got one person for 10 o'clock? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, but what's for 10? For 10 o'clock, right? Because we can, oh, we got a new person in. We can definitely get Kiri in. Kiri is always available. Endo. I'm not in the voice channel just yet. I'm doing news reads for... I'll be doing news reads for maybe another half an hour. And then I'll be going into doing YouTube stuff. Just take a look, see what's there. And then a little bit later, at the very... near the end, we'll do games. But I'll have to swap my streams over and everything. Because right now I'm set up streaming to all of my news channel stuff instead. So. That's what I got the format for. So. You can actually see, and I'm not sure if you're interested in this, but I am streaming at 1440 right now because, yeah, well, YouTube right now is actually supreme because YouTube, literally I can double the bit rate and the quality is going to be way better over there. Way, way better over there. So what I was saying is when you're streaming to Twitch with a game, you actually want to stream in like an 8 something. You want to stream in a lower resolution, and because Twitch only has a 6,000 bit rate cap, right? You can't stream. Anyways, it's basically how much detail you can push through per second to Twitch. So when you're playing games, you want a smaller resolution, but you want to cap out at 6,000. When I'm doing static scenes like this, I can pull the frame out and I can do a 1440 stream. And I can do the same 6K bitrate because the screen isn't always changing. So it looks way better. Like it way better, right? If I was to start gaming on this 1440 stream setup, my stream would look like mud. It would look like absolute ass. So that's what I like. Just a technical detail because you're interested in streaming too. That is how you set things up. How you want to, yeah. If that makes any sense. So, got any news? Anything you want to bring up today too? Like, I'm even too. We could go do a news read. I think there is a new article, and I was thinking about the old article too for the tank buffs. I don't know why I thought it was more recent. I think I was watching the stuff. They're buffing JQ. Let me take a look. Do I even have the launcher up? No Rhine changes. Never any Rhine changes, man. They gave you 2 fire strikes and they're just like, oh wait, hold on.
A dimension you won't see until the race begins. I call the track.
This game was so good. This was like my, like, I played other games back then, but this was my first game. I own this one. Anyways, good times. You don't know what you're missing, okay? This is the golden age of gaming, the absolute golden age of gaming. Let's go take a look at, was it Blizzard? Overwatch, Blizzard. We got the patch notes. It's the retail patch notes. You watched all the movies? I watched them too. It was great. I remember, all I remember, I don't know why, like the only thing that I remember, and it just like repeats over and over in my fucking head, is that big loop-to-loop scene, right? And the first time they get in there too, when he's like driving the car, and then they like bang the car up and they smash it up, and it's like, whoa, not even a scratch. What's his face does a good job on these things, and drives away. And I'm like that's like the only Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I remember there. See, December 4th, recent articles. No. Mauga lights up the arena. See, it was... Why do I feel like the articles are fucking hard to find? Did they just like... Oh, December 4th. There we go. Season hunt. What did I... Am I blind, dude? I think I am stupid. This is it. This is the newest article. What am I looking? December 4th. Yeah. Yeah, today's the 4th. Okay, I'm lost. All right, let's do a little read on this. Let's take a look at this article itself. Overwatch 2, Season 8. Call of the Hunt begins December 5th. Fierce battle awaits, and the hunt begins for epic new rewards in Overwatch 2's latest season. We're bringing back the newest tank hero... bring back, jeez, I said back anyways. We're bringing the newest tank hero... Fuck, man. I don't know why. Let's try this again. Fierce battle awaits, and the hunt begins for epic new rewards in Overwatch 2's latest season. We're bringing the newest tank hero Mauga, festive holiday events, new hero mastery courses, and new rewards packed in Beast Hunter themed season. Overwatch 2 Season 8 Call of the Hunt kicks off December 5th, so keep reading to find out what's in store. Mauga is here and ready to party. Players got to see and play Mauga in action during BlizzCon 2023, but now he's here for good as the newest tank hero you can unlock in Overwatch 2. Armed with dual chain guns that will burn and burst down your enemies, Mauga is a fierce tactician that you will want to watch out for. He can charge through enemies and come crashing down on them with Overrun, reinforce his team with Cardiac Overdrive, and even brawl in close quarters combat with his powerful Cage Fight ultimate. We're watching how he performed. Listen to your feedback. We watched how he performed, listened to your feedback, and made some adjustments to make him stand out even more. We're giving him some extra power to his chain guns, along with adding armor HP to enable him to last longer in the fight. Be sure to read the patch notes for more details. Overwatch kick off the season with the Battle of Beasts. Overwatch 2 Season 8 Call of the Hunt is an epic beast hunt themed season. Fight in a powerful brawl with powerful grand beasts in a fun 4v4 PvPvE game mode, Battle of the Beasts. In a clash of grand beasts, protect yourself while coordinating with your team to defeat the enemy beast. Jeez. Beast. You'll be able to play Mauga for free as the only tank to play in this game mode, or try your hand as one of the many other hunter-themed heroes and tear through the grand beast's health while trying to avoid powerful abilities. May the best hunters win. Play Battle of the Beasts along with your favorite game modes to complete new challenges in a limited time event through December 18th. You'll earn new cosmetics, including a highlight intro for Mauga and a new name card. Plus, earn up to 25,000 Battle Pass XP to get a head start on the Season 8 Battle Pass and work your way to unlock new rewards, including the mythic Grand Beast Orisa skin available in the Premium Battle Pass. Just what I want, an Orisa skin. I love Orisa skins. They make me want to play the game. Wow, that is amazing. I'm glad we all get more Orisa skins. Introducing hard light weapon skins. Introducing weapon skins. A new way to customize your heroes. Wait. No way, we're getting weapon skins. A new way to customize your hero. We're kicking off things with the hard light theme for Ryan, Reaper, and Mercy. These sleek designs, custom visuals, and sound effects can be equipped with any of the hero's skins. Look out for other weapon skins coming in the future. We're excited about weapon customization. This is the first step. As we create more weapon skins, we want to hear about what you love about the skins. Your feedback is key as we evolve weapon skins, introduce new looks, and more ways to customize your heroes. It's beginning to look a lot like Winter Wonderland. Ring in the holidays with the Winter Wonderland event. Check out our heroes celebrating in style with all new holiday skins. Beat challenges and unlock one legendary skin of your choice. Choose from the stylish formal wear skins for Cassidy or Baptiste, or the cozy winter jammies Ilari skin. Dive into action with returning fan favorite event mode like May's Snowball Offense and Yeti Hunt, with new challenges and rewards. Winter Wonderland launches on Tuesday, December 19th. I don't know. Again, this is one of those articles that seems like it's like difficult for me to read. Those skins are awful, though. They don't really go with anything. Yes, I will. You know, we can critique that they really only match the OG Symmetra. Like, that's it. These are Symmetra themed weapons. Maybe Echo themed weapons. I can see. It's weird that they chose these characters to put them on. That's why I'm a little like, I don't know. But they, hard light themed skins. This is a Symmetra thing. This really is a Symmetra thing. Maybe an Echo thing, but more a Symmetra thing. The only one that is weird as Mercy is Reaper. They're all weird, man. They're all a little weird, and especially the skins that they chose to match them with. Whew. They could have picked some better skins. They could have picked something a little more. But I think they maybe wanted to show the contrast between the character and the weapon skin. I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, they just don't match. But I could see them matching if people work together. Like, the biggest thing that matters with weapon skins is that teams can come together and make their own setups. Customize their own look. One of the big things that Blizzard was kind of like holding over everybody was the way that they looked. And they didn't, well, it was important for skins. They didn't really allow people to express themselves, and I think more expression in Overwatch is a good idea. Probably and Monty, you can argue on this too, and I'm curious. I don't think weapon skins should be a thing above like Diamond, above Masters, maybe enemy weapon skins or something, or maybe a toggle. Is there a toggle already to turn weapon skins off in games? I'm not really sure, but I think like in a high tier competitive environment, I don't think there's a place for them because it will get too crazy. But definitely in a much more casual environment, or only allowing certain skins in, or making like competitive viable skins might be the way of doing it, and then have non-competitive viable skins, which would allow people in quick play and others to express themselves a little bit more. Master your skills with Echo, Genji, Mei, Diva, and Lucio. The next wave of hero mastery courses is coming starting next year on January 2nd. In a 5-week event featuring a new course for a new hero each week, plus new challenges and cosmetic rewards to earn as well. Whoever writes this likes to say the same word over and over again. Starting in Season 8, we're introducing a new feature for Hero Mastery, replays. Bookmarks. That's right. You'll be able to mark specific places in the replay, time bar for quick viewing. Also, is it just for Hero Mastery? What about the replay viewer? The replay time bar. Monty says there's a place for competitive points, things such as the Emerald, and what you hope is next is Titanium. Yeah, I hope they add a bunch more of those. This doesn't make sense, though. Also, due to improvements we've made to the modes since initial launch, leaderboards for all current Hero Mastery courses have been reset. Don't worry, if you hold a spot in the current top 500, we'll have the old leaderboards brought back to view in a future update. Celebrate the Year of the Dragon with the return of Prop Hunt. People like Prop Hunt. Prop Hunt is really, really fun. finally, Season 8 closes out with return of our New Year, Lunar New Year event. We've been listening to your feedback, and we're excited to announce the fan favorite Mischief and Magic Prop Hunt game mode will be on Lijiang Night Market map. With all new props for Rogue Kiriko to transform into that will make you look in every direction imaginable. Also, look out for new legendary skins in the in-game shop, along with returning game modes like Capture the Flag and Bounty Hunter Deathmatch. The fireworks and festivals for the Year of the Dragon begin on January 30th. Jump into Hunt today. Play for free to earn 25 new cosmetics, including 2 epic skins, upgrade to the Premium Battle Pass, and earn Grand Beast Orisa Mythic skin, along with 80 tiers of rewards. And if you get the Ultimate Battle Pass bundle, you can even unlock 20 tier skips, the Magma Mauga Legendary skin, the Wild Tracker Widowmaker Legendary skin, and the Magma Mora Epic skin, along with 2,000 coins for the in-game shop. We've also heard your feedback about wanting just to purchase the skins in our Ultimate Battle Pass and Starter Pass bundles, especially when the skin is for one of your favorite heroes. So we're making those skins available for purchase separately for Overwatch coins in the Hero Gallery. Will you answer the call for adventure? Overwatch 2 Season 8 Call of the Hunt launches on December 5th. Woo! I think good things are coming to Overwatch. Honestly, I do. It seems like we're in a we're moving in a positive direction. Content is being created. Things are being made. I honestly really like... I haven't even played the Hero Mastery. Well, I have played a little bit, but I really like that they exist, even though I won't play them that much. I think this is a it is a net positive for the Overwatch environment. It is a net positive for the Overwatch community, and you're going to see people calm down a little bit, at least. Hopefully, a little bit. Like, a lot of why Overwatch is so tense is because there is only like 1 or 2 environments to play Overwatch in. So giving more environments and more ways for people to play Overwatch is always good. Just give me 1 second here. I gotta grab myself some water or something to drink because my throat is getting a little scratchy and I won't be able to do this for much longer without it. So I'll be back. All right. Holy moly. There we go. That's way better. Sounding a bit nicer now. Okay. What do we have on Twitter right now? People, trying to cancel. Actually, Overwatch Calvary. Introducing the new cosmetic Overwatch 2 weapon skins, launching this week with a set of hard light skins for Reinhardt, Reaper, Mercy. These new cosmetics, new customized sound effects. Do we have to buy them? They're $12. Oh, they're $12 each. What? Wow. What the heck? Enjoy your screenshot and what? Oh, it's literally just an ad. Huh. I guess people screenshot things so it doesn't disappear. All right. Anything else new We have about 10 minutes left. Anything else new on Google News? Google News, Google News. And is my VPN working yet? No, it's not going to. Who knows why? Okay. Hey, more tech cuts, more tech cuts, more tech cuts. World. India election results. Ex-US ambassador charged over spying Cuba. Just crazy world stuff. I think I need more water. The more water than that. Indonesian volcano. Let's just read about this Indonesian volcano. All right. Indonesian volcano erupts, leaving 11 confirmed dead, several suffering burns. About 75 climbers became stranded on Mount Merapi, which erupts periodically in recent years. So we gotta open up Google Earth for this. Indonesian authorities halted on Monday the search for 12 climbers after Mount Merapi volcano erupted again, unleashing a new burst of hot ash as high as 800 meters into the air, officials said. The bodies of 11 climbers were recovered earlier in the day, but attempts to relocate others were hindered by the renewed activity. West Sumatra's Search and Rescue Agency head Abdul Malik said. The search operation would resume once the conditions improved, he added. A video released by the agency shows rescuers evacuating an injured climber on a stretcher off the mountain and into a waiting ambulance to be taken to a hospital. I guess this is what this is right here. Do we have any footage of the that's the explosion?
Tolong dikendalikan, Pak. Tadi udah kita pimpin.
Okay. The volcano has stayed at the third highest of 4 alert levels since 2011, indicating above normal volcanic activity and prohibiting climbers or villagers within 3 kilometers of the peak, said Hendra Gunwan, the head of the Center for Volcanology and Geological Disaster Mitigation. This means there should be no climbing to the peak. Gunwan added that climbers were only allowed below the danger zone, but sometimes many of them broke the rules to fulfill their satisfaction to climb further. Hundreds of villagers affected by smoke and ash. About 75 climbers had started their way up the nearly 2,900 meter mountain on Saturday and became stranded. 8 of those, 75 people stranded. Jeez. Okay. 8 of those rescued Sunday were rushed to hospital with burns, and 1 also had a broken limb, said Hari Agustian, an official at the local search and rescue agency in Padang, the West Sumatra provincial capital. All climbers had registered at 2 command posts or online through West Sumatra's conservation agency before they climbed. How do you say this? Augustine said it was possible that others took illegal roads or local residents were active in the area, but it couldn't be confirmed, he said. Merapi spewed thick columns of ash as high as 3,000 meters in Sunday's eruption, and hot ash clouds spread several kilometers. Nearby villages and towns were blanketed by tons of volcanic debris. Volcanic dust and rain smeared the faces and hair of evacuated climbers, according to video on social media. Falling ash blanketed several villages in block sunlight, and authorities distributed masks and urged residents to wear eyeglasses to protect them from volcanic ash. About 1,400 people live on Merapi's slopes. In Rubai, Chutamang, the nearest village is about 5 to 6 kilometers from the peak. Let's just quickly pull this up too in maps and see what this is. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, this is the mountain right here. And it looks like, wow, yeah, it is surrounded by locals. Oh, I guess these are mostly farms, though. I imagine the soil would be excellent too. There's a lot of farming around here. And right up to the edge of the mountain, you can see there's probably like a zone where they don't build. Okay. Merapi's eruption is difficult to predict, analyst. Gunwin said Sunday's eruptions was not preceded by a significant increase in volcanic earthquakes. Deep volcanic earthquakes were only recorded 3 times between November 16th and on Sunday, while deformation equipment or tilt meter on the peak shows a horizontal pattern on the radial axis and a slight inflation on the tangential axis. This shows the eruption process is taking place quickly and the center of pressure is very shallow around the peak, he said. Merapi is observed regularly erupting since 2004, with a gap of 2 to 4 years, Gunwin said. Merapi's eruptions are always sudden and difficult to detect using equipment because the source is near the surface, Gunwin said. The eruption was not caused by the movement of magma. West Sumatra's Search and Rescue Agency head Abdul Malik said rescuers found 11 bodies of climbers as they searched for those missing and rescued 3 others on Monday morning. The evacuation process of the bodies and survivors are still ongoing, he said, adding that rescuers are still searching for 12 climbers reportedly missing. Merapi has been active since January eruption caused no other. Merapi has been active since the January eruption that caused no casualties. It is among more than 120 active volcanoes in Indonesia, which is prone to seismic upheaval due to its location on the Pacific Ring of Fire, an arc of volcanoes and fault lines encircling the Pacific Basin. So what they're saying too is that one of the reasons why this is so hard to predict is because most of the activity is from the surface of the volcano itself. So there's a very good chance that, like, I don't know how deep it is, but normally you could detect seismic activity pushing stuff out the top of the volcano from the local area, but that's not the issue. They're going to detect it, like, it happens right away and quickly somewhere near, I guess, I wouldn't even have a guess here, but he said somewhere near the surface. All right, let's go watch some YouTube. Let's relax the voice a little bit. I am getting really, really rough here. We will go peek through some other content creators. Oh no, YouTube, please. Why don't subtitles match dubbing? Let's take a look.
Subtitled into several languages. On most devices, you can
sure
call up
if you're
YouTube.
still here, Monty, but this is the Tom Scott I was talking about before. Or I've mentioned. Oh. I gotta reset my audio. He does like he has excellent info videos. You'll see. Why don't subtitles match dubbing?
Subtitled into several languages. On most devices, you can call up YouTube settings and switch between them. And if you do, you'll find that outside the original language, English, the words in the subtitles and dubbing often don't match, which happens a lot, mostly in professional TV shows, and it can be frustrating for those of us who like to listen but also use subtitles. The short reason why is subtitles and dubbing are usually done by different teams of people. But to answer why that happens, I need to take you on a journey that's going to involve geese, a roller coaster, and this advert.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
That's not a joke. This video is actually sponsored by NordVPN, who have been very useful as I've been travelling around. Visit nordvpn.com/TomScott to find the best deal they're offering right now. Now, in most of the languages that advert was translated into, the subtitles and dubbing pretty much match. In French, Spanish and Portuguese, the word order is roughly the same as in English, and it's a simple translation. But in the most obvious Hindi translation, the company name sits in the middle of the sentence, and standard practice for modern professional dubbing is to match lip movements as closely as possible. Now,
Well, what I'm curious about, so what he's talking about is actually like subtitles and transcripts are actually different. And I know between languages, yes. I think this is what he's going to get at, and this is just a guess on my end. But what he's wondering is, why does this button, do you see show transcript? If we go to the transcript, okay, this is everything that he talks about, the direct transcript. If you go to the subtitles, you'll see there's English subtitles, right? Even though the you would think too that the subs and the transcripts and all of the different ones, you'd think if you're in the same language too, they would be the same. That's not always true. So I think that's what he's going to go into, is like why, like what the difference is between, because subtitles are different than dubs, right? I should check out pirate software. I know a few references. Oh, YouTuber. Yeah, I know the YouTuber pirate software.
There's a way to rephrase a sentence in Hindi so that the company name sits at the end. The dubbing team chose that option, and the lip movements pretty much match. But the subtitling team didn't see any reason.
But this could be like he could literally just be saying what you're saying. Different languages don't match up with syllables. Simple as that. Not even just syllables, but like the descriptions, the way you describe something. Like, I have a red apple that is round. I have a round red apple are two different phrases, right?
To do that, and so the lines are different. In Japanese, which has the same problem, the dubbing team instead found a translation where the lip movements look close enough. But why don't they just take the dubbing script and then turn it into subtitles? Why translate everything twice? Well, subtitles have their own limitations. I gave the translation teams for this video some deliberately difficult examples. A few years ago, I made a video on YouTube's copyright systems, and it included this sidebar about a song that I don't like.
Maroon 5's Memories is an infuriating composition that uses the start of the melody of Canon in D but never resolves it, which means that it has the same stuck-in-your-head effect as the jingle from Alfred Bester's The Demolished Man, and I hate it.
The modern approach to subtitling in most languages is that reading is faster than talking, and that even for fast talking like that, you put every word on screen.
And I want to point out, when I mention a lot that there are articles that are harder to read than others, and even some that when you read them, it's really easy. And when I read it out, you'll see I'll screw things up left and right. They're like, the way that you describe something in words is very different than the way that you describe something verbally. So when you run subtitles and you talk, like, even sometimes when you're watching a movie, or sometimes when you're, I don't know, anything that has some kind of subtitles on them, occasionally the framing is totally different, because your brain can read way, way, way more quicker than someone can say something to you.
Viewer can always pause, but that wasn't always the case. If you watch anything in English that was subtitled more than 10 or 15 years ago, like reruns on television or movies on DVD, you'll find the subtitles often summarise what's said. Style guides used to emphasise the skill in careful and sensitive subtitle editing, because they thought it was important that everyone got the meaning, even if they were a slow reader, because you couldn't easily pause and go back. And besides, why would someone who can hear watch video with subtitles? It's not like we all end up with tiny televisions in our pocket, or sound mixing changes would mean that dialogue was going to be suddenly difficult to hear. In the original English version of that Maroon 5 rant that I just did, I made a reference to The Demolished Man by Alfred Bester, which isn't that well known even in English. So for Japanese viewers who have probably never heard of it, the local subtitle translator decided to remove the reference entirely and get the same meaning across in fewer characters. Opinions can differ, but I think that's a pretty solid decision. If they'd just taken the breathless, high-speed performance of the Japanese voice actor, then it would have been a worse experience for subtitle readers.
Yeah, probably.
And well done to the voice actor, by the way. That cannot have been easy. And this is just to translate one person performing a script. Imagine if it was a reality show with 6 people shouting and talking quickly and stumbling the words and interrupting each other. The subtitles would have to summarise, while the voice actors for the dub can shout over each other. But it does mean that in this case, for some Japanese viewers, that reference is lost. That's one of the other big challenges with translation. How much do you translate the words versus translating the meaning?
That's really frustrating. When, oh my God, I need to get some more water. When, okay, hold on. I need to grab some water. Something scratched in my throat. Okay. Oh, I sit not talking for a minute after my throat's been scratchy, then it starts to swell, and then, man, it kind of, yeah, you know, things.
Another really difficult example.
I don't know what I was going to say. Can't remember.
Anyone want to buy some goslings? They're going cheap.
The English version of that joke is pretty much impossible to translate. It relies not just on a pun, but on knowledge of colloquial English. You have to know that going can mean making a noise. You have to know that cheap is the English word for the noise that baby birds make. Cheep, cheep, cheep. And you have to know that going cheap, spelled differently, is slang for on sale at a good price.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, like, I love watching, there's a guy a Japanese guy that does fishing videos. And they're great and like super informational, but sometimes like the subtitles, they're trying to they directly translate what he says, and it just doesn't make any sense at all. I way prefer, and most people I think prefer having subtitles that describe what's going on, or at least give you some kind of more context than just the words themselves. Because tone and historical meaning, as he's saying here, with like, Gosling's going cheap, you have to know about a lot more within the culture to understand the crossover.
I loved seeing the responses from the translators on this example. A couple of folks translated it word for word and just gave up on the joke. Fair enough. But I do want to highlight a couple of them. The Portuguese subtitle and dubbing teams came up with the same joke, and so did the Spanish subtitler. Ganso in both languages means goose, and cansado means tired, so they combined them into the word gansado, and now I'm asking if anyone wants the goslings because I'm goose/tired of them? Brilliant. And both the French and Spanish dubbing teams came up with their own puns based on their language's words for bird noises, because yes, the sounds that animals are said to make differ in each language. And I love this. This is translating meaning and intent, not just words. In case you're wondering, I did try several AI translation tools, as well as just asking large language model to translate this stuff. And as of right now, as of 2023, capturing that nuance, that meaning, that performance,
it's not going to be perfect.
Definitely still requires humans.
Yep.
At least for the goose clip, the translators didn't have to match my lips, but they did have to match the goose's honk, because I talked over it. So they had to go to another bit of the video that you didn't see, copy and paste the background noise and a different goose honk from there, and synchronize them up. Someone had to lip sync a goose. Beak sync, actually. They don't have lips. I don't think they have lips. All of which comes together for this example. Last year, I made a video where I tried to get over my phobia of roller coasters. And spoiler, I did. And just after my terror changed to joy on a ride called Nemesis, I shouted this.
Yeah! Yes! Have it!
The original English is have it. How on earth do you translate have it? It's got no literal meaning, and more than that, it's kind of obscure slang. Different people in different parts of Britain might use it for different things, and it's almost impossible to Google. In my context, it's a cry of excitement, triumph, adrenaline, encouragement, success. It's the sort of thing that you might yell after your team scores a goal, or to cheer on your friend after they've successfully downed 2 pints of lager back to back. It feels very male, very drunken lads' night out. I did pass a note with all that context onto the translators, but for many productions, they won't be working with notes. They'll only have the original show and maybe the script if there is one. So here is that cry in all the video's languages.
C'est lourd! Isso! Vamos lá!
I've never seen these dubs. That face is hilarious. This is so good.
Yes! Yeah, bud! Yes!
Subtitling teams have their choice of any word or phrase, but they have to fit the words on the screen. Dubbing teams can get their voice actors to emote in the studio as much as possible, but the lip movements have to match. That's why subtitles and dubbing differ. And if you want a perfect example of that, this advert has also been translated into 5 languages, and no matter which one you speak, you can push NordVPN's magic Quick Connect button, and your phone and computer can pretend they're in any one of around 60 countries, but it's blocked. It really...
Oh, give me the translations.
I think that worked. Lovely.
Okay. Pirate Software. Let's take a look. Pirate Software. I've seen his stuff around. Oh, I know. Actually, no. I know who this is. This dude. Yeah, he's been going viral recently, hasn't he? He's been going crazy. No, I've seen so many of his TikToks or shorts, I guess. Streams. He just does shorts, doesn't he? Pretty much. Shorts and streams. Or does he actually do videos? Videos. Popular. Make video. Yeah, these are all streams. Go react to his shorts? No, I've seen most of these. Call your grandma, map hacks, good parenting, map hacks.
If you don't know what a map hack is, basically the way it works is like this. Let's say that you're playing a game and there's fog of war. You can't see what's up here, right? But your game client can.
Yeah,
and the reason why is because those units, you need to have the XY locations for them so that if they walk out of fog of war, they don't pop into existence a couple feet away. You need it to be cached. You need it to be preloaded, basically. League of Legends had the same problem for a long time. Basically what League of Legends does is it creates a little barrier like this. And that little barrier allows it to be preloaded here, but not here. So that's a good thing. It gives you a little bit of vision, but not very much. If you give full...
Really cool, actually. I want to point this out. Counter-Strike does the exact same thing. Most other games, well, not most, sorry, never mind. Overwatch doesn't do this. I think a lot of games do this. They do it for like rendering, for just visually rendering things, where it'll only render what's in front of you, what you can actually see. But in games like Counter-Strike, they actually cut the map up into sections. I think...
vision of the map. All people do is they use a tool to read the memory of the game client, and they display an overlay over the top of this that just shows where the units are. And that's exactly what they do in StarCraft. It's exactly what they do in HOTS. It's the same vulnerability because it was built in the same system. If you want to catch somebody doing a map hack, you have to watch the game with a human being, and that human being has to determine that you reacted to something in Fog of War. So like you can't have this shit be so easy in your games. You can't. It ruins the game entirely. If you don't know what a map hack is,
yeah. Yeah, he's been going crazy with shorts.
Canadian Red
This one I thought really interesting.
Cross. It may just be a game to you, but it means the world to us. Unfortunately, many people mistakenly assume that the Red Cross is a public domain and can be used by anyone. It's not. It's protected under the Geneva Convention as a humanitarian symbol. You cannot use this in games, but no one knows that shit. Tons of games actually get contacted for this. I think one of the ones that was recent was Prison Architect. They had health packs that had that, and they got contacted by the organization to stop doing this. Yeah, isn't that wild? Among Us and Stardew Valley 2, not surprised. The reason why I think this ruling is ridiculous is because to me, as a child, I learned that that symbol meant health. I think that it teaches young people to go to that symbol when they are hurt. And I don't
Yeah, one
I don't
second.
think that's a negative thing to teach people. So I do think it's ridiculous that they push on this, but that is the legal process for it. Canadian Red Cross. It may just be a game to you, but it means the world to us. Unfortunately, many people mistakenly assume that the Red Cross is a public domain and can be used by anyone. It's not. It's protected under the Geneva Convention as a humanitarian symbol. You
Which
cannot
I'm
use this
gonna
in
argue it
games, but
should
no
be.
one knows that shit. Tons of games actually get contacted for this. I think one of the ones that was recent was Prison Architect. They had health packs that had that, and they got contacted by the organization to stop doing it. Yeah, isn't that wild? Among Us and Stardew Valley 2, not surprised. The reason why I think this ruling is ridiculous is because to me, as a child, I learned that that symbol meant health. I think that it teaches young people to go to that symbol when they are hurt.
Which I think should be licensed out by the Red Cross, not even for a fee. Well, actually, maybe even for a fee, because the reason why you want to protect something like that is because there are people out there who will just start using the cross because they see it out wherever, right? There are a lot of people who don't know about, and I don't know much too about the Red Cross in general. I know of them. I know they're there. The vast majority of people don't know that that Red Cross means the Red Cross. So what's going to happen is you're going to have people that are representing it. They'll put the Red Cross on themselves. They'll put it on something, and they'll be representing, like, someone will be looking for help, and somebody who probably shouldn't be giving help to people is now representing themselves as help by adding the Red Cross in. You really want your symbols to represent the people that they represent. So if these are put in games, then the Red Cross specifically should, like I say, should have some form of license or should have some form of collaboration, I guess, with it. I don't think the Red Cross shouldn't be in video games. I think the Red Cross should be in video games. The fact that a health pack does have a Red Cross on it should be something that the world recognizes as help, but also it should represent the Red Cross. It shouldn't represent just health. Health doesn't mean anything and really can become something that anybody can use at any point in time for any stupid business if they're not pushing this, or at least if they're not doing anything to enforce it. So.
Also, that's really funny. Hold up. There's a message in here that makes me laugh really hard. Where is this? I'm so used to watching you in shorts that I accidentally scrolled down when you finished your sentence.
Yeah, he's got the whole shorts section. Let's see. So I think Pirate Software has like the most interesting YouTube channel I've ever seen. And I guess the most interesting successful YouTube channel I've ever seen, because all it is shorts. It is just short after short after short. And he had, let's go way back in the history. Let's go back and look at the history of Pirate Software and see where he started. Are we sorted by latest? Yes, we are. So at the very bottom. He's got an imposter syndrome one. These are good. He was good from the very start, wasn't he?
I don't wish to fail myself because I'm terrified of actually releasing something to the world I've worked on for over 3 years. Dear God, I am so terrified.
Hey, Thornstar. That feeling never goes away. It never does. I am constantly afraid to release every single piece of content I ever work on this game. I am constantly afraid to get onto stream and, like, not be, whatever it is that people expect me to be. I am constantly afraid that I'm going to create content that no one wants to hang out with, that no one wants to look at, no one wants to care about.
So he comes
and that's
out
just
hard.
how that is. The thing is you can't stop. You shouldn't stop. That fear, the only thing that's going to do is teach you that you have to make it as good as you possibly can. And sometimes you will make it as good as you can, and you'll still be afraid, and that means it's fine to release now. That's it.
And then it'll still suck. And then you do another thing, and you do another thing, and you do another thing, and you do another thing. I like this. He started strong. It seems like he's had some experience first before he did it, or he went back and he just wiped out his entire YouTube channel. That I don't know. That I won't dig into. But you can see from the very start, he had his format down. What I like, though, what I've noticed is he's gone from being at the bottom to putting himself at the top. This is really important for shorts. I don't know why. It gives the person speaking authority. It gives them like a setup to say what they want to say. When they're at the bottom, I don't know. It gives the content priority, right? And then let's take a look. What does he have? He's got character creation.
Full beard, right? You just ignite it. This is fine. Can we go bald? Let's find out if we can go bald. I don't think there's a... Oh, we can do full bald. The man is hairless. We're going to be 100% hairless. Look at my deep brown bald, guys. Maybe dark brown bald? Maybe I can go with scarlet bald. What do you think? Poison bald, right? I think poison bald probably looks the best. It's probably the best.
Yeah, I don't know. So not all of his shorts are super wholesome. You can see they're very experimental, but out of the gate, I guess he had a big start anyways as a developer on StarCraft. So it gives him a good in, I guess. Checkmate. And I've seen a bunch of his recent ones. Like, he's gone for the very, like, informational teacher style short. Let's get another one.
I actually went back to the doctor. Doctor's like, hey, sometimes in your early 30s, your voice can change as a man, and it's effectively second puberty. This is what I used to sound like. That's what I used to look like to this 5 years ago. Wait for this. This is awful.
The hot dogs are freshly picked. I'm going to have to peel it. I'm going to have to peel my hot dog.
Yeah, that was it, dude.
Every good hot dog needs to be peeled.
Went back to the doctor. Doctor's like, hey, sometimes in your early 30s, your voice...
Yep. That's what's happened to me. Yeah, he's got some of the weirdest channels I've ever seen. If I go to videos... It's all this really long form content.
Right here. So we were completely dead in the water, and then suddenly it got showed to non-subscribers again. And we saw the exact same thing across all of the videos at the same time. And as we can see here, which was our dev studio. And let's get right into it. So the first thing is that Heartbound, the demo, is going to be...
Community.
So...
yeah, okay.
I had recently hired on another editor, so Steve...
Cobra, what's going on, dude? How you doing, man? I'm digging through Pirate Software's YouTube channel right now. We're taking a look. We're reacting some content. You know, I hate that term so much, but it's what I'm doing. So I gotta be honest about it. You love his Twitch stuff. I haven't seen any of his Twitch streams, but I've seen a lot of his shorts. They've been all over YouTube recently. And yeah, he's a big channel. Smart guy. Very, very smart guy.
Beats does our long-form video editing, if you've seen those, and Shadelock does our short-form video editing. So Shadelock started producing shorts, we started targeting them in different ways, and our hope was to get the channel from 13,000 subscribers to 15,000 by the end of the year. Well, over the next 15 days, we went from 13,000 to 600,000.
Yeah.
And then the channel broke. So something went wrong on YouTube side, and it stopped showing our videos to other people. Stopped showing it to non-subscribers. And I have a really cool announcement about this, actually. That's now fixed. So let me go grab this to show this off. I'm about to send out this tweet. It says, huge thanks to @TeamYouTube for not only fixing the issue for our channel, but fixing it for everyone else as well. Large systems can have problems sometimes. Always report oddities and use as much data as you can to prove your case. Keep being rad and go make games. You can actually see the exact moment that this got fixed right here. So we were completely dead in the water, and then suddenly it got showed to non-subscribers again. And we saw the exact same thing across all of the videos at the same time. And as we can see here, which was DMs from on Twitter from Team YouTube. Also, we've seen a few other creators report similar things as you, and we'll look into everything. They fixed it all for everybody, so thank you very much, YouTube.
When was this? Last 28 days. This is 4 days ago. No way. No way. Hold on. No, I can't pull that up. So my subscribers not gonna mean shit. But they did it. Hold on. When was this? Can I get a better view? Can I see the graph? Oh, that's frustrating.
Channel broke.
Because I've noticed a significant increase in viewers recently. And what I was aiming for at the very start was like new viewers. So I don't know. Yeah, this is really interesting.
So something went wrong on YouTube side and it stopped showing our video. To send out this tweet, it says, huge thanks to @Team YouTube for not only fixing the issue for our channel, but fixing it for everyone else as well. Large systems can have problems sometimes. Always report oddities and use as much data as you can to prove your case. Keep being rad and go make games. You can actually see the exact moment that this got fixed right here. So we were completely dead in the water, and then suddenly it got showed to non-subscribers again. And we saw the exact same thing across all of the videos at the same time. And as we can see here, which was DMs from on Twitter from Team YouTube. Also, we've seen a few other creators.
How's your channel been doing, Culp? Wait, let's do a quick peek into that too. Let's do a quick look. Because you've been getting 104 subs? Buddy, I told you your shizzle would do well. My God. So, just the regular video uploads. Shorts. Alright. Getting a few hundred views, most of the shorts. I really like this. Live. Huh, okay.
Report similar things as you, and we'll look into everything. They fixed it all for everybody, so thank you very much, YouTube. Awesome job. And it just goes to show you, even though there's a big monolithic company and it can be really scary, there's a lot of, it's like, oh, they won't listen to me anyway. If you have data and you keep talking about it and you prove your case, and people rally around that and they amplify it, we can make changes in these large ships, right? So, and that's it. Just be respectful and kind while you do it, and you're much more likely to be heard. So I want to thank all of you guys for amplifying that message. That's super, super awesome. And my hope is that this fixes this problem for pretty much everyone. I saw so many people reach out to me saying that their channel had suddenly just gone dark and it wasn't being pushed to non-subscribers. And for us, we went from a rate of about 60% views from non-subscribers to 0.4% in a 24-hour period. And it just didn't recover until right now.
Wow.
So yeah,
okay.
That's it. That's what that is. Outside of that, the Twitch streams are now massive. If you've seen them, we went from about 450 average viewers to about 5,000. The channel on Twitch is now ranked 472nd in the world and ranked 197 in the world for English, which is absolutely outrageous. This is really silly looking. That's actually the number of viewers, so that's not even calculated correctly yet. And this is the number of followers. It's a hockey stick. You made a hockey stick. So I can't thank you guys enough. My plan with this is every time someone comes into the channel, I'm trying to show them all of the other creators that I know, the people that I think are cool, people like the Primogen, I'm giving you a shout out, Excessive Profanity, In-Game Asylum, Cardboard Cowboy, like these are the people that I like to watch on there. Bajo, spelled B-H-A-O. If you're Australian, you'll know who he is from Good Game. Like, these are the people that I watch all the time, and I want you to know about them. And if you find out that you don't like the content that I have, or you know, it goes too fast because chat's really fast now, there are a lot of other communities, especially inside of software and game development, for you to find. So I hope you guys do that, and I hope you really enjoy your time there. Outside of that, this is outrageous. You guys have thrown so many subscriptions at the channel that we're now ranked 55 in the world, which is bonkers to me. But on top of this, it hasn't even updated yet because it's high. It's like 12,700 now. So this is even behind, which is I don't even know what to say about that. You guys are amazing. So thank you very, very much. This is completely life-changing for me and for everyone else at the studio. And there's nothing I could possibly say as thanks that would make up for that. So thank you Thank you for
Even
everything.
just for the shorts that he's done, he's got some good information. He deserves this.
Incredibly humbling. Incredibly humbling.
Cool music.
That being said, I only spend about $1,500 to $2,000 a month on myself ever for, like, you know, for living.
How?
And I don't really need any money beyond that. So what I've been doing is I've actually been pouring it into a channel called ferrets.live, which is right here. And you can see this. This is actually our ferret rescue. It looks a little silly right now because it's just this one cage being shown because it's their sleep time. They sleep for about 18
Ferrets.live,
hours
let's
a
check
day.
it out. Where is
But
it?
if you go down here and you look at the videos, you can see.
Hold on, ferrets.live. There we go. Oh, it's... All right, we're giving that a follow. Why the heck not? Reset the camera? What? Can you, like, change the camera and everything? Oh. Interesting. Okay.
See all kinds of playtimes and everything like this of them interacting during the day. Let me see if I can find one. There we go. So you can actually see them all in playtime. Look, they're all sleeping in this pile right over here. Look how cute that is. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. The feet are moving. But yeah, so we take them out every day. The whole room is theirs. And my plan was to, hopefully, over the next 3 to 5 years, expand this to go from the 19 ferrets we have right now that we've rescued from around the state to up to 100 in a larger facility. That's not going to be 3 to 5 years.
Oh yeah, so that's why he's got those ferrets always on the bottom of his stream. I didn't even know that. Didn't even think of that.
It might be 3 to 5 months. So that's really huge. That's a really awesome thing. And I can't thank you guys enough. That's freaking rad. So thank you. Thank you, absolutely. That's hard. Try not to cry. I'm not doing it. Outside of that, I've updated develop.games. Develop.games is the website where I try and put out as much information as possible for you to learn how to make games. Everything from how to pick a genre, how to build a game design document, you know, how to build a team in this, what tools should you use, what skills are required. Everything is in here and it's free. The only thing it has at the bottom is my stream, which is offline right now. And you could go and, you know, take all of this, you know, take all of it for free. Everything. It is all the information that I have for this. On top of it, I've updated the game jam. Normally, in our old community size, we could do about 100 submissions, and that was about the limit, right? That's not going to work over email anymore. So I've actually created one over on itch.io. It's itch.io/jam/pirate. And this already has 334 people that have applied to it. So this is going to be a huge jam now. I do 2 of these a year. We give it a $100 prize so that people can upload their game to Steam because that's the cost of doing so. And I'm really excited to do this. I can't wait to see the things you guys make. The theme has not been announced yet, and also the formatting is kind of ugly right now. I still have to update this, but we've got a month and 15 days to go until it starts. It's going to be on January 12th, 2024, starting at 6 a.m. PST, and it's going to run until January 26th. So it's going to be about 14 days, right? About 14 days. So outside of that, there's one last thing to talk about. 2.5 years ago, I recorded a short, and that was for our Russian players. Russian players were about 12.
Very cool guy. Anyways, we're not going to watch more of that video. I just was more interested in the this community update thing that he's saying. It's actually really interesting, too, that they had a bug. 'Cause I don't know if I've noticed it or not. My community's too small, but I've had, for a while, like, I completely was, like, dead in the water. And, man, it was a little demoralizing. So, I'm glad things are fixed now. All right. What else do we got? Lethal Company. Oh, wait. We gotta look up frickin'... I know whose video we gotta watch. I know exactly whose video we gotta watch. Where is he? Disable. Profile. There he is. YouTube. All right, let's check it out. "14 minutes. Maybe I'll send him a message. I'm going to review your video. If you want to be in stream. Well, not chat, but, you know, I mean, yeah. thought you might want to be in chat for it. All right. This nerd right here. Let's take a look. First, we'll just take a look at his channel. Okay. It's a channel, I guess. Okay. I think on first impressions, we're gonna out of 10, we're gonna give it a 2.5 out of 10. We do have a profile picture of some sort. We have a wonderful Microsoft Paint drawing of an anime Monty. Okay, that's some. We have a low resolution banner of Montequila. Okay, that's something else. And we have a 1 minute and 30-second clip of Overwatch. Whoa! Huge hog hook! Amazing! Wait. It's 2 songs on top of each other. So many emotions. Inspirational. Beautiful. Remix. We got some green screen cap cut. And then audio cuts out. We get silence. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's go watch his Lethal Company video.
What the fuck are these
It's
graphics?
loading.
These are good graphics.
When you heard Lethal Company graphics, come on, man.
So for the better experience, we're gonna go into game chat and just
Yeah. I'm just gonna deafen. Yeah. All right.
Bio? What? I think I've done this before.
And
dynamic.
Alright, I took off my slider on my
I
thingy.
am the maximum. No, not maximum.
Jesus.
Bitch.
Bic?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Did you do the age?
Bitch.
Bic. Okay.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
You can. So okay. Rundown.
What? The door.
Whoa! It opens. Oh my. Okay.
Monty's like, there's a door. Woo!
That door. We're gonna need to use that.
I'm still reading. It's gonna take me a minute.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, she's.
I don't feel like explaining it with words.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Base game is just we're just gonna get scrap and they take up inventory slots. So you have 4. Some of them are pretty heavy, so it will take up all of it unless you have 3, and then you can pick up the heavy one, and then you just have 4 stuff in your inventory.
I'm gonna do it again.
Some of them make sounds, some of them don't make sounds. And once we have
I can jump.
Yeah, but once we have scrap, we just go back to the ship and drop it off, and then that's where we have money. That's pretty much just the objective is to just get money and make the quota. Quota is currently $130. It varies.
Today, Junior, holy shit.
Hang on, I'm on the 3rd page. Leave me alone. Interesting. Yeah, I'm too dumb for that. I'll leave that to someone else.
All right.
Oh, damn. I didn't even read any of this. I'll be honest. I've seen this book so many times. I've seen this flip book so many times. I've never read any of this, so I'm learning stuff right now. I'm like, wait, Culprit, you better be there. I don't know if you're lurking. If you're there,
I was
Culprit.
born ready.
Don't jump off immediately.
Oh, I am jumping right off.
Well, now you can jump off.
We're on Celestial Body 41 Experimentation. Oh, I didn't get to read everything. That's all right.
You are good. Have you played this yet? I'm gonna bug you. This is gonna be live on review, and it's going even up on YouTube because I'm not gonna go through and cut this out. You gotta come play Lethal Company with us. You have to. And there is even a mod that allows us to have more than 4 people. If you want, okay. If you want to stream it or do something tonight, Monte and one of his friends, and I guess, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can do this is where the multiplayer mod might have to come in. But we might be able to get 4 people together. Probably definitely can. Oh, I don't want to. Gosh, don't want to leave anybody out. Or you just got to go play it on stream. It's either way. Just to start, it's an absolute blast. So, anyways.
Quicksand, watch out, we gotta. All right, what's that? So yeah, quicksand is a thing in this game. You have a stamina for jumping and running.
3.
Currently, if you see the 0 pounds, that's how much you weigh.
You're down for 4 people at most to start with. Yeah. I wouldn't try it actually. Yeah. Now I wouldn't try to start with the multiplayer mod thing because it's really gonna screw with the game. But later on, once you tried the actual game out and you played it, if you like it, and to do like a fun community group thing, it'll be a blast because it's up to 40 people. Okay, we can mod in up to 40 people. 50 actually. I saw a patch note. It's like, oh, there's 50 people. So as a community game, oh my god, it would be so funny.
The more items you have, then.
Adventure.
Get down there. We gotta go inside the building.
Adventure.
So I'm gonna pause right now because I'm gonna give Monty some artistic direction with this. Okay, it's really important. Artistic direction. Right now, I'm not sure where the video is going. This is great. What's good is you get some video footage up, and if you want to start doing content creation, even Culprit, who's in chat right there, he can tell you that just starting is the first thing that you want to do to doing anything online and getting it going. Because as I've mentioned too, it's about workflow. It's about learning how to get the stuff out at a reasonable pace and to do it in an easy way where you're not struggling and then having crap content come out at the very end. The big thing that I don't know right now is that we did you introduced with kind of messing around and then a quick explanation of what should be done, like one of your friends was doing it. And I've already played this game, so I'm not really interested unless I interested in the content directly. So I'm not invested in your story at the moment. There is a fun kind of perspective that you use the exact same footage, but it depends on how you lay it out. But there is a way that you can frame this as, oh, here is the new guy. Here is this guy who has no idea how anything works and he's learning stuff. And then I can be invested in that kind of story. But when the video is just empty and kind of just footage, it's really hard for me to get into it. Or it's really hard for me to understand or be invested.
You're right. If you press the right mouse button, you'll find the main entrance.
Oh, okay.
And so this is where the fun begins. Do you guys want me to explain everything, or are you guys gonna go? Alright, I'll leave you guys to it.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Ooh, it's a little loud.
There are fire exits in the game.
Wow. That's a dark hallway in which no fun is not gonna happen.
I found a key. Ooh. Keys are very
I put
important.
myself on Do Not Disturb on Steam because I'm getting my friends' notifications. I got a key.
Nice.
Oh, maybe it's for that door.
Yes, key equal door.
What you can do when you're making gameplay too is narrate sort of what you're doing while you're doing it. And that would invest me a little bit more into your thoughts, because there's a lot of movement around right now where you did mention you want to pull the lever thing, but also too, I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know, like, to me, I just see gameplay at the moment, which is okay. But what am I...
Hey, it is for the door.
What is the reason? That's really important.
It's boring down here. There's nothing here.
That just sounds like a skill issue. Bolt.
It's just...
So we're gonna forward like a big thing that. Why can't we go there?
I have an egg beater.
We're,
Give an egg beater.
Alright, I guess we're done then if you guys want to leave, but yeah, they're all outside. We exit out.
Wait, you guys forgot this. Jesus. Alright, let's do this shit.
And what I do is I drop items right here on the front.
I'm gonna drop it, G.
G, yeah. And then if it's not a key, and it has like a gear or like a screw item on it, just drop it, and then we go back inside. Damn!
Oh no!
He's dropping around. I'm gonna go there.
Dude, I cannot see.
Are you in the fog? Oh, there's fire right there.
Yeah. I just got right into a corner. Oh.
Oh. So here.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's coming. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Good idea.
I think we make Koya. I think we make Koya.
Are you streaming, Monty? I want to see that from your point of view, because I was just sitting in a corner at that point. Like, I just gave up.
I'm looking at you just just sit. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh, they just jumped. They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead.
That was a good game. A good try.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
We all died. Oh my god. That's funny.
I wait too heavy to even move.
God damn it. I blame Danny.
What's jumping to move as well?
They jumped right into... That was quicksand, basically. So.
Alright, take two.
That was hilarious.
Yep.
Let's do it.
We will be rich.
We need stonks here, alright? We need by parkour. Hold up. I'm almost at you. I think.
Alright. On the right side. And if you see... That's it. There's a monster in there that hides.
Especially too when we're doing content, you have to really consider the audience that you're going for, right? There are audiences that already like you will watch your video, right? That's what they will do. When you want to be able to build out an audience, you have to figure out some kind of niche. You have to be able to solve something for somebody that they would not normally know they either needed, or like, I don't know, answer a question that they really wanted answering. The question here is, like, how are you playing the game, and what is the thing that you want to emphasize? You can have a title like "The End Is Nigh," but when you set up the entire story, when you set up the environment, you want to. I always like the idea of, like, okay, 3 noobs dealing with 3 noobs go into the company blind or something, like the lethal company blind, right? And what that does is it frames a perspective. So everything that I'm watching from that point on, I'm like, what are these noobs doing, right? What are they, right? I want to have some kind of perspective that breaks down what the larger goal is of the team. When you get onto the ship, if you really want to if you're there to create content and you know your friends are there to create content, then creating goals and objectives even on the fly will allow you to, or allow the viewer to be a little more invested, right? there's a different style of storytelling that comes in with that. You can go in later and cut it all up and make a story from it, and that depends on what the work you're putting in is. So for example, and I love it because Culprit is up there in chat, probably still lurking here. I'm going to use him as an example, and I can use my own stuff as an example too, where Culprit is always saying something. He's always interacting. He's always moving around. He's always describing what he's doing. He always has a larger he always has the chat in mind and the larger events of the world in mind. But his niche is in the chaos, right? When he talks about the chaos. When he builds his world, the world is around the chaos, and it's around the viewer interacting with his scenes. So whenever something happens, he really wants to make sure that the person knows that he saw it, but also to he's never gonna you never let something shock you and then not say anything about it, because you're there to tell the story, and it's hard to tell the story without actually saying the thing that happened. So there's a lot of things that are going on to you in these situations, and if you describe it, if you're the logistics guy, if you're like, guys, we're gonna set up this area, we're gonna move items from here, we're gonna do this, that's the framing that you're putting your video in. That's the framing that you're putting your environment in. Everything that you say should be about the thing that you're attempting to do. If you're a prankster or a jokester, then the entire time that you're playing, everything that you say should be about pranks or about jokes. If you're there's all these you are a storyteller. That's the real important part. And I don't want to skip through this too much. But
and if you see him, it's kind of like the Enderman.
A little bit of storytelling,
except without the teleportation. But if you look at him in the eyes for a little too long, he will snap your neck.
I like that. But
lovely.
I want to point out, I make my own story there, right? If you build a story where you jumped off the line the first time and died, and then you reference that the second time you jump over, that's fine. But I'm the one making the story if I see that happen and it's not acknowledged.
And if you kind of look at him and look away, and then you should be fine.
I hope Vex can hear us.
No, yeah, she can.
You fucking idiot.
Look at that dead body on the... Yeah, so on the monitor you can see everyone's point of view.
Imagine falling into the void when you could have just walked around.
These guys are running 3 players.
Yeah, no, I didn't think we knew that, but I didn't know about that.
Okay.
We gotta name him. These are dogs.
He's called the Puffer.
He's a biscuit.
Let's just call him Pablo.
No, Biscuit. He's
Biscuit. Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit.
I got a door.
Open the door? Oh, Biscuit's coming after me, boys.
Bad door, okay.
Bad door.
Oh, I found Pablo.
Biscuit.
Fire exit and more items. He dropped the damn key.
No, I've got a key.
Okay. You know.
Also, the sound of your keys.
How did you go for the bees?
It's a little rough.
I was trying to go to the left of the bees.
Don't ask how I died. It was a Valerie.
Wait, what? You got killed by bees and you didn't put it in here?
The bees!
He skips the
How
bee
did
death.
you go for the bees?
I was trying to go to the left.
Oh, I'm
Come
sad.
on. Alright, hold on. We should probably. Alright, let's do a leave early thing.
All right, I'm gonna be tough. Your channel. Oh my god, why I keep opening Paint? Nah, Paint 3D. Channel 2.5 out of 10. Okay, for setup. The video. I'm gonna put the video. The video I'm gonna put at a 4. No, I'm gonna put a 3, just for the video quality itself. Okay, because it's recorded in a relatively low quality. I would give it a 4 if it was higher resolution. But now I may be very critical here. I want to point out 5 to me is average, right? A lot of people will think about things as 7 is average, right? Which is not the way I'm gonna view my marking at all. 7 is not average. 5 is average. All right. My videos, my scraps videos, I'd like 5. They're like a 5, right? The intro, if you just took the intro part, I'd put them maybe at like a 7, right? In terms of just production and setup and everything like that. But because I'm just putting my footage out there, and my footage, like, because it's just, honestly, literally most of the time it's just Overwatch video game footage, and I've just kind of cut out the major parts in it. Like, it's not there's a lot of things. There's so many things that I could do to make the scraps videos better, right? So maybe a 5 on an average scale, but to somebody who might really like Overwatch content, that brings that 5, just because they love the Overwatch content, up to like a 7, right? It could, if they really like that kind of content. If they are a community member might bring it up to an 8, because they're more like, they know more about the game, the stuff that we're doing, right? Like, to me, so what I'm gonna do is, like, I'll add in those kind of marks to it. To me, because you're, because I know you and I'm willing to watch the video, your video is gonna, like, could naturally be bumped up to maybe a 5, because it's something I'll watch. It's an average video that I'll throw on and I'll watch, and I'll, because it's a friend and it's a person around, whatever. Like, that's the reason, right? It's something that is in my circle. But if I were to, like, throw this at a random person, and I was to, like, probably just go, hey, what are you doing? It's probably a 3. Now, I'm pretty specific on why, okay, with why I might give somebody points. Some of it has to do with camera movement and framing. There also has to do with storytelling. There has to do with video quality itself, clarity of information, even acting. There's a lot of things that can add to it, where there are moments, which I think the moments, like, your moments are in general are like an 8, right? There are funny moments in there. There are really funny moments that are an 8 out of 10 inside the video. But you need to be able to separate the video from the events that happen inside the video, because the video is all about what you set up and how you look at the framed moment. So very critical, I know. It seems 2.5 channel, but we can very easily bump these things up. Now, because I'm going to cut this up, and probably Menti, you're going to watch this as a video after anyways, I will show you some other tools that you can use to make things a little bit easier on you. So if I pull up, like, you could make your entire channel off of, like, Microsoft Paint characters and whatever you want from that, but you have to put a little bit of effort into it, right? So if I was to put together, like, a Sulack logo, which this does seem stupid and trivial, but it actually does matter quite a bit. If I was to put together, like, a Sulack logo, we do something like, I don't know, how do we do this? So I got an S. You just do a few of them. No. Is he messaging me? Oh, he's don't appreciate what? Oh, he's not. I'm still talking to. Okay, one sec. I'll message him. He's messaging me. I'm still talking about it, but I'll upload the vid to YouTube. But if I was to create a logo, it would be literally S. I don't know what else color could we use. No. SG. Right? This would be my logo, and it's stupid, and it's a Microsoft Paint style. It's a Paint 3D style logo, but you could get away with throwing that in, and it does show a little bit. I know you're like, but I put a little bit of effort into my little character view, your profile picture, right? But you want a recognizable image. The reason for this, you want a recognizable image or shape that someone can click on or tap on when they want to go to your content. This is really important. This will just mix itself into this large list here. But if you can see my Sulack, not the most successful on there, but take a look. Flats is a big YouTuber there. If we go down the list, am I not? Oh, I'm in the Scrub Club. I'm actually not subbed to many people on this. I'm not going to switch accounts on here, but if you take a look at your like top YouTubers, you'll see they have pretty distinct logos. And that's what I want to go for when you're doing something like this. If you're going to be doing a background of some sort, you can easily just throw in a whole bunch of stuff and do some real cheesy style whatever you want on there, as long as you're putting effort into it, right? As long as you have a good amount, and effort, by effort I mean the same resolution too as your background. We can see this is blurry. Yeah, that's really rough. Another tool which we use all the time, which is only recent and just came out as is AI tools, AI imagery tools. They're I think Microsoft, was it Bing Chat, or there's quite a few other services now that do have AI tools that will help you create your own setups. But if you want, you can do something along the lines of imagine minimalist logo sheet, multiple examples. Boom. We'll give this a few seconds and it'll render out with something. Now you can always message me and ask, because I have access to these tools, if you want to try and build out a little more of your content this way. But it does package things in a much nicer way, and it makes it look like people will respect what you do if you put a bit of time into making it look professional. Looking professional just means you probably put effort into almost every single corner of the content that you're putting out. We're almost done. 78%. Wait, 93. Bam. This is what I use. This is a list of logos, right? Some very basic things that you can use that have no real meaning. Some of them do have meanings, but we can refine and go through that. Of course, being your own content creator, you have to be able to set something up like this yourself. And having small things like intros or setups, and something I've learned recently, and just, I know you've probably seen the videos already, but a big thing that I've learned is to frame my videos and give context to what we're doing, which is why I have the Sunday Scraps intro, but we also have the explanation now of like, hey, go to the code. Explore the worst of CC by introducing a Counter-Strike style system that slows players each time they are hit. We have also given every player passive healing, just so that the viewer knows what they're doing, knows what they're getting into. Whereas if I was just to upload the video footage of us playing, nobody would know what we're doing, right? Nobody would have an idea of the larger story of the Scrub Club, and we're trying to find out what's fun with Overwatch. Like, that's kind of the major purpose of everything, right? To challenge people and to mess around with different layouts and play heroes, and that's what the intro describes. And so that's where, when you play your games, when you play something like Lethal Company, you want to have somewhat of an intro. And you go, guys, we're this crew, and we need to get some money, and we're whatever, and here's the new guy, and this is the guy who's been here for 50 years, and you're not necessarily RP, but you have some fun with it. Anyways, I'll kill the video here. Thanks for watching, as is for the YouTube video itself. Yeah. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. My throat is really starting to hurt, and we are going to play some video games a little bit later in the day and do some streaming on that. So I'm going to roll out here, guys. Thank you for coming out. Monday streams, I know, are generally pretty slow streams. Nobody joins them for the most part, other than my dedicated fan base. My culprit, I appreciate you, man. You're awesome. Thanks for coming by. I have two view. We won't rate out. I know it's a little flimsy rating out with 2 viewers, but thank you guys so much. GG's. Oh, 1 second here. Actually, no. What the heck? I pop in and it changes to 4 viewers. I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna roll out right now. We're gonna go. We'll play. I can't talk. We'll be streaming probably some Lethal Company a little bit later. I don't know. We'll probably we've been invited in to play with some gamers, and we will figure it out there. So, yep. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Of course, all the stuff that we talked about today will be going up on the Sulack Streams channel. So check it out there. I don't know if I don't think I have a link anywhere or anything, but you know. Anyways, thanks guys for coming out. I'll see you later. Have a good one.